Oh.
Ah, you poor thing.
Oh,
Oh no.
pobrecita.
I
Oh.
needed that poor thing. Like
Ah, boo-hoo. I lost my ability to
Tita.
have fun in the divorce.
Yeah. Oh man, consequence. Oh no.
Consequence. Uh, let's
I'm
see.
gonna see if my Halo does that.
Yeah, so
fucking
we
driver.
restarted because the drivers updated and all that shit.
It's something and there's cause and effect. Oh no.
Shut the fuck.
All right, back.
Oh no, cause and effect.
But yeah, I don't know. It's just a very bizarre, like the logic that people use about like certain cities. It's like, wow, the cities with the most things to do and the most reason to want to live there have the biggest homeless problems. You don't say.
We have insane social programs in Seattle for like homeless and that's
Well, in LA, what
so...
happens is like a lot of other cities will bus their homeless to Los Angeles because they know that Los Angeles has like those programs in place. So like the Los Angeles homeless problem is like it's not even like natural to Los Angeles. It's literally just every other homeless person gets literally shipped there on like a fucking container. It's insane.
Homelessness in California is really bad. Yeah, mostly because of that. Like Texas, Arizona, fucking Seattle, too. Denver, they all bust them to LA. That was a South Park episode I didn't understand until I like rewatched it. I was like, oh shit, they do that.
Yeah.
Plus, they don't die here. Like in New York, it gets so cold that if you're outside, you'll die. No,
Yeah, literally, actually. You'll just die from exposure, actually, for real.
can't do it. Like maybe the heat might take some of them out in LA, but like it gets so fucking freezing there that that wind will cut right through. And that little homeless man that ate a can of beans, he's not gonna make it.
Wasn't there a story a while back of homeless people in Texas going literally shipped to Hawaii? Yeah, yeah. Because that's kind of the conservative approach to problem solving. It's just like, put it somewhere else. They don't. There's no thought in it. It's just like, oh, we'll just put this under the carpet and not think about it until it becomes a problem. And then we'll complain about the fact that what we did is destabilizing somewhere else. And then it's like, oh, you see what happens over there, and it's like, you fucking did that, you freak.
Yeah, you're the one who did that.
You literally did that.
There.
It's wild.
Whose fault is that?
Politics is awesome because it's literally just a bunch of people complaining about what they do. It's like really incredible.
It's really amazing when you realize how just flawed politics are, like in general.
Oh, it's fucked. It's really
Like,
not good.
The nature of like people that can like once you become president, you can just do like once you're in a seat, you can just do what you want. Like once you get there, you can lie for years.
You know what's funny is that there's like a lot of it's so amusing to me because there was this there's a lot of homeless people who just won't accept charity. Like they won't accept like the lower income housing. Like they won't accept it because there's this like incredibly self-sabotaging like, nah, I don't need no handouts. And it's like, who do you think thinks that way? You know, it's like it's so fucking weird. Because if that homeless person was a rich person, they would be complaining about why the homeless people aren't taking the charity. And it's like it's so weird. It's like everything feels like a self-fulfilling kind of prophecy.
The problems keep falling in on themselves because of the fact that the way we structured.
I'm really glad I updated these drivers just for the game to crash. Really sick.
All on itself. Like America is broken.
What's the fucking point?
All of it's education, dude. Every problem this country has is education. Like every single fucking one. It's why
we are kind of in this like anti-intellectual like period right now. That's very disturbing.
Yeah.
Like all of them are fucking education based. It's like what? Like it's insane. It's like what? Like when I see people get asked those random questions online, like, "Oh, how many states are in America?" And it's like, you assume they're like, "Oh, that's the person getting caught off guard." Like obviously, no one's that silly. But then there are times where I'm like, "Oh shit, that might really be how smart people are."
It is crazy to think about how many of those people just don't know the answer to like really basic fucking questions. I saw some interview with like a bunch of like New Yorkers who were just like, what they were asking like, what are the 5 boroughs? And somebody said fucking the East Village, and I was like, how do you live there and you don't know what a borough is?
I don't believe it because I'm like, that's just them being caught like at random moment where they just feel a little silly.
You could not catch me off guard to the degree that I wouldn't know what a borough was.
I understand that too, but like
I don't know what a borough is.
like,
Right,
there's
but you don't live in the
boroughs
city.
that make up New York City, like they're just all smaller cities.
Yeah, they're just like, yeah, it's Manhattan, Brooklyn, the Bronx, Queens,
Yeah, Queens,
Staten Island.
you know, almost technically Yonkers and Long Island, but not technically.
Those are like the only places I know in New York. There you go.
Yeah, those are the boroughs.
It doesn't make sense because like no one's that dumb, you know. Like no one is gonna get caught slipping to that.
I mean,
degree.
I forget Staten Island occasionally because I've never been there somehow. Like, I've just avoided it entirely. It is so separate. It is so separate from the city. It's crazy.
Yeah, you have to get a ferry to get there.
Yeah, you have to take a boat to get there, or you have to like go all the way through Brooklyn down into fucking. It's
legitimately an island.
Staten Island is further away from Manhattan than New Jersey is.
Huh.
And if we would have put it further away, Pete Davidson wouldn't have gotten out.
I still haven't seen that movie with where Bill Burr is his dad or whatever.
The King of Staten Island. It's actually really good.
Yeah, I've been meaning to watch it, but like, because Bill Burr had a new stand-up special, and I thought it was actually like really, really good. I didn't really like Paper Tiger that much, but this most recent one was pretty on point.
I like Staten Island. They got pretty good pizza there.
They got
But
pretty
you
good
gotta-
pizza everywhere in New York, though.
Yeah, you got to go in the water to get to the pizza, and that's where I draw my line.
Oh, that's cool armor, kind of.
Oh my god, everybody's camping. This map's too big for fucking Last Man Standing. Fuck me, run.
Did it say how long they lived in New York? They would say like, "Oh, I've lived here for a long time," and they'd be like, "What's the borough?" And they're like, "East Village." Hell's Kitchen, and it's like, you know what Hell's Kitchen is, but you don't know what a borough is.
You don't know what Manhattan is? Excuse me?
That was the most confusing one to me. It's like, because Hell's Kitchen is like, that's not even really what people call it anymore.
What's it called now?
I mean,
Still call it Hell-
they just sort of, they don't really, I don't know. It's not really like this separate place anymore. They just sort of refer to it by the streets.
Oh, I got you.
You know, it's like,
Still call it Hell's Kitchen because it's still like
I mean,
I was in
like
wonder-
natives call it Hell's Kitchen is what I mean. Like I remember when it was called Hell's Kitchen, like on the news.
okay. It's
But-
not called that on the news anymore.
Not really.
They just say Southern Harlem, I guess.
Yeah. Well, they say, is it South Harlem?
It's Southwest Harlem. It's Hell's Kitchen. Like when you get below.
No,
Harlem,
it's.
you hit Hell's Kitchen.
I mean, I guess. I never thought of
Like,
it as.
Harlem is all of the top of Manhattan, right?
Yeah, but I've just never thought of Hell's Kitchen as like Harlem at all.
So just below the west side of Harlem is Hell's Kitchen, technically.
Yeah, but it's kind of far from Harlem to be considered that.
The bottom of it, it's like when you go all the way by when you leave Harlem, when you're not in Harlem anymore, on the west side you are in Hell's Kitchen. No, on the east side, west side you're in Hell's Kitchen.
I don't know, man. You thought the Bronx was to the left of Manhattan. I don't know.
For years.
I don't know how the fuck you even thought that.
For
I don't even know how you think that when the left has always been New Jersey.
For years, I thought it was that. For years, bro. For years. It's because whenever I got into the Bronx, I always turned. Whenever I got in Manhattan, I took a right, always. And that's why I was so fucking baffled.
Yeah, because the upper end of Manhattan is like this sharp little tail that people don't really think about.
Where is he? Where is he? How do you get behind?
Are you on Infinite right now?
I am. It's called Hell's Kitchen in the news. I thought it was. I was like, it's way cool's name. Hell's Kitchen was fucked for a long time.
I'll put it this way: I only hear about Hell's Kitchen when I talk about it. Like I have the news on pretty regularly, and it's just like when people. I just haven't heard it referred to that in a while.
Because I remember when I was growing up, because Hell's Kitchen was like the bad part of Manhattan. Because Harlem is its own entity, because Harlem is both the Bronx and Manhattan, technically.
Yeah.
So, whenever you'd hear about something horrible happening in Manhattan, it'd be referring to Hell's Kitchen. Oh my god, I'm dead now. I'm out the fight. Fuck me running.
Have you seen where they break down LA areas like New York boroughs? No, but I would imagine. I would bet that I can imagine most of them. I bet it would be LA proper, which would be like the Manhattan. Then there's probably, I would imagine, Burbank, Glendale, Santa Monica, and probably Orange County. I would guess.
You think Burbank is Manhattan?
What? That's not what I said at all.
You said Orange
LA
County?
proper is what he said.
LA proper is Manhattan.
I would say Burbank is like Queens.
Burbank is like Astoria.
So is Anaheim not? Is it its own city?
Anaheim
Part
is
of
its
LA?
own city. It's like really south. It's like after like Long Beach, and it's just a weird fucking. It's in a weird spot. I hate going to Anaheim.
Anaheim is way cheaper. That's the only good thing about Anaheim. It's fucking cheap.
Yeah.
It's cheap and like you can go to Disney. That's where Anaheim thrives.
God, it's been so long since I've played this. I'm so shit now.
Yeah, same.
But yeah, I don't know. I haven't seen that video where they break down the boroughs like that. I feel like Anaheim's a bit far. Anaheim's like Staten Island.
Mm.
It's not that bumfuck.
Huh?
Bless you.
It's not that bumfuck.
No, but what I'm saying is like as far as like distance.
Yeah, distance. Because I feel like the bumfuck area of like LA is like Santa Clarita and shit.
Yeah. Santa Clarita's like Westchester.
Like I'm moving to Santa Clarita. Like that's where I want to live. But like no one's over there.
Oh God, I would hate to live there.
Astoria sounds like the anime character. Not gonna lie, Astoria is the best part to live in. Astoria is the best place to live in New York City, I'd say.
It's the best part of Queens.
Comes to affordability and like availability, I feel Astoria is like the spot.
Is there like a generalized exact location of where Peter Parker lives in Queens, or is it just kind of like Queens?
He had a street. I used to know it. He lived in, it was like 1360 Hillside.
Yeah, I don't know.
You know it.
I thought it was like more of a neighborhood.
He just lives in like central Queens.
That makes sense.
That's why he has no accent. He's like, I'm from New York. That's it.
That always bothered me about Peter Parker.
The thing
That
is
he's not a stereotype.
No, that he didn't have even like a hint of an accent. It's like,
Forest Hills. There you go.
oh, that's a nice area though.
That's an
I mean,
inherited
aren't his
house.
aunt and uncle like former scientists or something?
I
No,
guess
you know damn well that's an inherited house, Chris.
I
They
guess-
didn't buy that.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
They inherited that shit. Someone died and it was like, well, I guess you could keep it if I'm dead.
Isn't New York super expensive? New York City? No, it's the cheapest place to live in the world.
The reason why Peter is
You
so
could
poor-
buy a house in you could buy a house in New York City for I think like $26. I think.
Oh,
26
really?
You can buy an
Wow.
apartment for like, I don't know, like $24 million. Actually, probably not kidding.
No, it's incredibly expensive.
$24 million for an apartment.
It's not as expensive as like I think San Francisco is a little bit more expensive, but
San Fran is the most expensive place in the country, followed by Manhattan. And it's not a huge disparity, but they are. This is definitely cheaper.
does Chris have an NY accent? I used to. It used to be very strong.
I never had an accent. I never
Can you
had
give
one.
us a? And I'm walking here.
No.
Mm.
I did hear that yesterday or the day before in Grand Central Station, but it was a British guy saying it. It felt so weird to hear that.
Walk in here.
I'm walking here. I'm like, whoa.
I'm walking in it.
That was
It's
like, I felt like that was just such
You
a
thought
bizarre.
Gangs of New York was about to go off.
We're just talking about New
Wait,
York
bro.
T. There's
Wait,
nothing.
walk
There's
in.
nothing important happening. Nate DeOlive with a Twitch Prime sub. Thank you. Welcome back. I don't know what we're doing.
If a British man doesn't have a rapier, you shouldn't be afraid of him.
I would be scared of anybody. I'm sauntering in this here pathway.
Boy, bro, look at my rapier. Look at my blade.
That is such an insane translation. Shout out to the $1,200 studio apartments in shitty areas. I know, right?
That's cheap, bro.
I was looking out of curiosity at like apartments on Gun Hill Road in the Bronx where my grandmother used to live, and there's an 8-bedroom apartment, an 8-bedroom like big penthouse for $2,700.
Yeah, go live there.
Just to give you an idea of how fucking scary Gun Hill Road is. Gun Hill.
Gun Hill Road Gun Hill is East West Bronx.
It's like on Knox, I think.
East South Bronx. Sorry, it is East South.
Across the street from the park in on West Gun Hill. $2,700 for an 8-bedroom.
You'll
Just
die.
looking at some nostalgia.
That is amazing, by the way.
You'll
Just
die.
in case you
You'll
don't,
die.
in case you're like maybe you're young and you haven't really thought about. I don't know if you're like maybe there's like a 17-year-old or like an 18-year-old in this chat who hasn't thought really all that much about rental
That one
prices.
can.
That is an amazing price, and there has to be a catch.
Let's go live
Gun
in
Hill
Gun
Road
I
is
think I
so
paid
bad,
that for a
bro.
4-bedroom.
Gun Hill Road is so bad, bro. Jesus Christ. The Bronx is the only place that hasn't gotten better yet, which blows my mind. It's the only place. Everywhere else is still fucking like everywhere else is way better than what it used to be. And
Yeah.
the Bronx
Good.
is
Yeah,
crazy.
even Yonkers above it is like they built up Cross County like crazy a couple years ago.
I want to see what Cross County looks like. It's been a long time.
Dude, when was the last time you went to Cross County?
I'm gonna be real with you, like maybe 2009.
Bro, it is fucked how different it is. To give you a comparison point, Cross County is now like the Grove.
Holy shit! No way.
I'm not even fucking kidding. It is
That's
they built it
crazy.
up. It's like hot. It's like gentrified to hell.
That's so crazy.
They
Wow, I
got
gotta go back.
they got rid of that Chinese place with the red lions.
Was the place that had the neon light sign? It was like an orange and red. It was like a blue and red neon sign.
Yeah, it was an orange and red neon sign. And then they had the 2 red Chinese lion sculptures outside.
That's by the casino, right?
Oh, I don't know. Well, that whole place is by the casino. Like Cross County is by Yonkers Raceway.
I loved Yonkers Raceway because you every time we'd go to Yonkers Raceway and then we would go to the Whitestone. We would go to the Whitestone movie theater all the time. So it's not very
The
far from
multiplex,
it. Yep.
the big blue like Coliseum looking building.
Yes. We'd always go to the movie theater afterwards.
I
loved it. I loved Cross County.
I loved it too. I remember I saw every movie I ever saw, like when I was young at that multiplex. I remember seeing Spider-Man 2 at that multiplex and running into my friend who was also excited to see it. And it
Did you
was-
see it? Yes, I saw it.
We came out of the same theater and we were like, "What the fuck was that?" But
I miss it. I miss New York City.
it's just different now, though. It's just like
anymore.
the thing is, it's like it's so different from when I was a kid that like, even like yesterday, like I spent the night in the city, and I was like, it's still great, but it's missing a lot of like what I missed from when I was a kid. The pandemic really fucked it up. Like the Pyramid Club is gone. There's so many like amazing restaurants that are gone. There's like
Everything's closed.
yeah, it ruined everything.
Good.
Because in New York, but that's the problem with New York. It's like the people there are making ends meet because of how much it costs to be there. Like you'd assume, like everywhere in New York gets business out the ass.
Yeah,
because of
yeah.
How many people are there? But the idea is that they're making ends meet because they can't afford to live there without any other without constant people coming in and giving constant service.
Yeah, but the thing is, it's like I don't know. There's just a lot of like historical. There's like a lot of historic venues that are just gone, and it's
Bro, I think the first gay club in New York City is closed down now, man. It's really sad.
yeah, it's just I don't know. There's a lot of culture that's missing now.
It doesn't
And
feel the same anymore because it doesn't feel as I don't know like even the Puerto Rican Day Parade. Like my cousin sent me pictures of it, and it doesn't even feel as vibrant as it used to.
yeah,
It just feels because I feel like everyone now is so aware of how just inaccessible living there is now. That you're just like, either I'm trapped here.
I think people are just. I think it honestly is like just the. It really is just the shared delusion of the 90s that is just now gone. Because like in the 90s, everything was like really optimistic. Like I remember even
the worst place in the world in the 90s.
huh?
Because of the crime rate. The crime rate in the 90s was the worst in New York. Like
I'm not talking about New York. I'm talking about the country. Like it was just like a very just like there were problems obviously because there always will be because as long as there are people there will be problems. But you know, there was just this general sense of like, oh, you know, it's not the 80s. The Bronx isn't burning. You know, it's not the turn of the century yet. We don't have to worry about AI and the internet and fucking all of this crazy dystopian shit. It was like this middle ground where everything was like starting to feel like it was evening out, and just like a lot of media was optimistic. There was a lot of like corny like all of the sitcoms were just about like love and like they had like a lesson. It was like just a very different time. Whereas now everything is cynical, and it's not even it's not even necessarily for a bad reason. Like, there's good reason to be incredibly cynical.
There is good reason to be incredibly cynical, but the problem is that it's become so just oppressive, the nature of like the people's cynicism. And I'm a fucking pioneer of that.
Yeah, the 90s and 2000s were just really fun and goofy. Like even I remember even like when I would visit my grandmother on Gun Hill and I would see like crazy shit. Like it didn't register to me as like even having a direct comparison point in Yonkers where things were a lot nicer. Like, it still didn't register to me as bad as it probably was, or as bad as the same exact experience would feel today, just because of the amount of consciousness people have about, like, how fucked everything actually is.
The thing is, I think it's the idea of the internet's primary giving of half knowledge.
Well, we also just didn't have, like, I don't know, we didn't have, like...
We
didn't have Epstein stories, you know? Like...
Yeah, absolutely. You know, like, things are in a worse spot, you know? But, like, things are in a worse spot because people aren't smart enough to understand how to make things be in a better spot.
Yeah.
That's the problem. That's the biggest problem with, like, the world right now. Like, people learn half of things, and they champion themselves, people that really understand stuff.
1970s New York is Gotham, actually. Just straight up.
Gotham is 90s New York.
No, it's like 70s New York.
Yeah.
That's like Gotham is like the Bronx is burning New York.
The Bronx was on fire in the 60s, bro.
The Bronx was on fire for a while.
Bronx was on fire. Brooklyn was always, there were bullets moving at any moment when you would go to Brooklyn. There was like a freaking highway there, but for bullets. Queens was fine. Queens was enduring, like it does.
Yeah.
And in Manhattan, everyone's money was getting stolen by people that spoke Italian halfway. The increased mortgage by 1%, estimated increase. Yeah, I hate the way things are right now. Everything seems so...
It's a lot more oppressive now than it ever really has been.
Like I want to be not a person.
Even the good things we have are like depressing,
mediocre.
Like it's like even when there is like something good, there's always like some catch. Now,
no, the thing is that the good things are never good enough to outweigh the knowledge of the bad things that are happening. Also, and that's the problem. Because we're just so unfortunately aware that no matter when anything happens, we're always like, but this shitty thing happened not too long ago, you know? And it's like, it just feels sad.
Yeah.
Because I actually genuinely like have self-reflected and noticed how negative I've been as a person since I got to California. Like at first I wasn't as negative, but like just over time I've gotten way more cynical and I hate it. It's so gross.
Well, the thing is, like, there's just a lot of reasons to be.
Oh no, like it's not stupid to be cynical because the things suck, but it becomes oppressive. just being trapped in that mindset of everything sucks all the time.
Yeah. It's like, wow. It's like, wow. I remember being a kid and thinking like, whoa, it'd be so cool to have like a bunch of superhero movies. And now that we have it, it's like, oh, well, now it's just
Well, those aren't even
bland.
bad things.
Well, when you're a kid, you think it'd be great to eat, ice cream every day, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
You turn 25 and you eat ice cream before you go to bed, and you're like, "Fuck, I'm gonna shit myself." It's just the idea there are so many things that are bad, that are actually bad, but there are plenty of things that are good, and the bad things have gotten so loud because of the nature of the world now, and it's really annoying.
I think we're just more aware of what was always there because of the internet. Like the Epstein shit. That's not new technically. That was happening in the 90s. It's happening in the fucking 80s. It's just we didn't know about it because there was no fucking Twitter to tell us.
Yeah, it's really unfortunate. Like,
Well,
I've made a vow to be a more positive person because I hate how negative I've been.
Cap.
Well, I try not to be negative. I try to, when I don't like things, I try not to say anything now, or try to find a good in it. That's why I just kind of watch movies now, and I'm like, oh, this is fine. Like, this isn't bad.
Everybody rewind the stream to when he was talking about Multiverse of Madness.
Oh no, I'm not. Obviously, I'm not exempt from it. Like, obviously, it's a process of growth. I'm not gonna just be one day, oh man, look at that, my stars, G Whalers.
Yeah.
But I want to try to be a nicer person than I have been.
That's not niceness though. Like I don't think there's like.
Well, it's the ability to see better than worse is something I have to work on.
I guess. Detroit has always been bad. Yeah, I don't know. Because it's not a port city. There's like
Detroit is bad because like a lot of like social experiments about like belittling people happen in Detroit. That's why. Like consistently throughout like American history.
They're never going to pour resources into Detroit. They're never going to pour resources into Detroit because Detroit is not a port city and it doesn't offer enough to the overall country to care about from the government's perspective or like from really anybody's. It's like really sad. But there's a reason why. There's a reason why like the best cities in the country are, or the ones that people want to go to are the ones that are port cities. It's because those are the ones that are developed more. They have more money put into them.
And all the variety of food.
Oh yeah.
Detroit was the place where they engineered the projects to throw people that they didn't want in other places. Like that's a fucking fact. I couldn't believe that was real.
Well, the projects were initially
they
were initially a solution because like in New York specifically, they like the way that people were living was insane. Like they were living in like buildings that had no windows, that had no ventilation, that had no fucking, it was really fucking bad. And so they were like, oh, this isn't working. We need to build actual apartments. And so they just built these like projects that they thought they were solving a problem, and they kind of were. I guess like it's not inherently, you're not going to die from living in the projects just from living there like you would in like a 1901 tenement building. Like those hallway apartments, you know what I'm talking about, Kingston? The ones that
I've heard of them, but I've never seen them before.
I had a cousin who had a hallway apartment. Like it's basically like every room leads into the next one. So basically like your bedroom is at the end, and then there's a door into maybe like another bedroom, and then that door leads into the kitchen, and then that door leads into the living room, and it's like just one big hallway of rooms.
That sucks.
And it used to be like a family per room in those things. And like there was like no privacy, and like people like they didn't have windows. It was
awful.
Yeah, it's fucking crazy. And they were like, well, we need better housing. It was like that was before people like gave a shit. Like we think it's bad now, and it is, but it's like it was.
Post-depression was
there's
way worse
this
than
no before that. I'm talking like late 1890s, like 1910s. Like if you look into, like, there's this great video of this architect kind of like going through the history of like architecture in New York City, and it's fucking wild the way that people used to live just because they didn't have as much as we do now generally. That they were just like, yeah, just put them in a box.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Because New York City wasn't always crazy tall. I remember that being a thing I saw before. Like, because the skyline is like a thing that happened like in the fucking the 20s, right? It's when the
Yeah,
skyline
there's like
became-
there was a big building boom.
The 30s, 20s, yeah.
Yeah.
It's crazy
Wow.
though. Like New York, those apartments, like I get they're historic, but like I feel like you gotta start nicking some of those down. Because that's like no condition for anybody to live in, especially now.
Nah, bro, let them live there. Fuck it.
Fuck them kids.
Fuck it, let them live there. Put asbestos in their fucking pillows. Fuck it,
Seeing a
smack
photograph
ball.
of my parents in Times Square in the 90s is so wild. Why is that wild? That's crazy. I have photos of me in Times Square in the 90s. Fucking Jesus Christ.
It's insane. It's insane that the 90s is a long time for some people.
Well, it is. It's like fucking 30 years ago.
Oh,
The 90s
God.
was. I
I
can
got a
remember.
photo of my mom at the Twin Towers in August of 2001.
August. Cutting it close.
Ooh, dicey.
That's like, you know, what just came into my mind that fucking that Finish Line gospel song.
Pray and pray. Dicey.
Yeah, but you're
dicey.
old, Chris. I mean, I'm not a child, that's for sure.
We're not old. We're young. We're young adults, but still, like,
Yeah, you're not really an adult
I'm
until
old.
you're like 25. So like you're kind of basically still a kid when you're like 24, I
we're
think.
not old. We're not old. We just unfortunately were born in the 90s, and the 90s is the most repetitive era in current time. We're not old.
I'm
I
definitely
feel old, and I
the
realize that,
oldest
like,
one here.
How
I
old are
wouldn't call
you?
you
How old are
guys-
you, Ren?
six,
I'm gonna
right?
be
You're not
37 tomorrow.
Oh wow.
Oh, that's older than I
not-
thought. Okay, cool. Good job.
Good job. You made it.
I'm gonna do a birthday stream tomorrow, I think.
Ooh, everybody go follow Rene Zuo.
We also just like look significantly younger than, like, I don't know, like I look at pictures of my parents when they were my exact age now, and they definitely don't look.
Did they have children?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yep, that's why the aura leaves, bro.
Because they
Every
used to.
time
That used to be possible. That used to
Every
be like
time-
that used to be a very possible thing where you could have kids and own an apartment by the time you were in your late 20s, and that that was like a really neat thing.
Oh my god. Whoa.
Can you imagine?
No, I can't actually.
Yeah, literally. I actually literally can't. So it's fun. I feel like our generation got so fucked. It's crazy.
Yeah.
We shouldn't
there's-
have gotten so good at medical science so quick. I feel like older people should have died like way younger. You know what I mean? Like I just like it's.
Wow.
I'm maybe I am, but like I feel it. I believe it. Like I feel like that was the
Nobody
problem.
Who saw the Great
we
Depression
let we
should be
let
alive.
we let fucking Dick Cheney have a fake fucking robot heart, and that was the cross. That was we crossed the line.
it.
We crossed the line with
Why
that
are you walling like this?
because I'm fucking
Why-
angry.
Dick Cheney doesn't deserve an extra fucking heart.
It's fucking
Why?
because it's aggravating, Sweeney. It's incredibly frustrating.
Jesus
Mr.
Christ.
Rogers died so Dick Cheney could live. Do you understand? Do you understand the world we live in?
It's rough.
Jesus Christ. You gotta take a breath. You gotta take a breath.
I think the premise of Spider-Man is more believable than somebody my age owning a fucking condo.
That's wild.
Yeah.
No, it's not. It's
I
not,
mean,
it's not.
without some assistance.
I'm not even
somehow.
kidding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
But see, the thing is that
from
a
our
lot of the
area,
people-
like, have
A
fucking.
lot of the boomers did also get assistance. They just pretend like they did.
Yeah,
There was
Yeah.
a huge white flight thing that happened when a lot of people were leaving fucking cities and going out into the suburbs and stuff, and there were massive programs to help them get into those houses and build those houses. And then they all pretend like this is something that they just did.
We worked
some-
hard. It's like motherfucker. you
bullshit
worked
job
hard.
that they
You
had.
did-
It's
I
like, no.
learned the line, bro.
Everybody
Someone
works
gave
hard.
you the money for that.
I've also noticed, I don't know if this is like an American culture thing or like a white culture thing, but I've seen it where like families will try to covet what they worked hard for and not pass on generational wealth. And like feel like if I worked for it, my kids are gonna have to work for it.
I feel like that's a predominantly white thing.
Okay.
Like, as a white guy, that feels like a white thing because I don't. Anyone I
Yeah.
know who's not white, they don't have families that are just so inherently selfish like that. But that just that's my personal
I think
experience.
Americans in general are.
Dude, I was told I was literally, because I was looking at apartments, and one of the things was like, oh, I was talking to some lady just to rent, by the way, and they were like, oh, you need 3.5 times the rent in income every month to
That's-
qualify for this apartment, and it wasn't even like a
Which
nice
is
apartment.
an antiquated idea too.
Yeah,
Crazy.
But it's like-
that is so crazy that someone dared to. I would have punched him in his mouth.
it was a woman, so I couldn't do it. But
I don't care. You can-
Equal rights, equal
but that
fight.
is fucking.
you
That's
can
not a
vote,
thing.
you
That's
can
not
do
something
whatever
that
you
that
want.
is not. But that what I'm saying is like that's not something like if my parents wanted an apartment, they would be like, hey, can I get this place? And then they'd be like, give me money, and then they'd give them the money, and then it'd be like, all right.
Chris, if you live,
They could also
in
buy a place.
Chris, if you live in an apartment that is $2,000 a month, that means you have to get $6,000 a month.
Yeah,
bro.
7,000, seven to 6,000.
I know people who have. My girlfriend has a great job, and she has 3 degrees, and she has 4 years of work experience. That's why she gets that kind of money. There's no way that is a rational ask of someone.
No, I know.
It's not.
No way that's
But
rational. I would have
so
fucked
that's-
them up. I would have fucked her
That
up.
is a hold. That is a holdover from when the boomers were buying stuff. Is that whole, oh, you should only be spending a third of your income on where you live, and then a bunch of realtors took that and flipped it and said, no, you have to make 3 times more in order to live here, which is
I would have beat her ass.
bananas.
Right
It
there.
used to be just a guideline
Because it was
for
just
how you
because it was
do
just
that.
like a way for them to be like, oh, we need well then we can charge more.
Yeah.
It's fucking I don't know.
Wild.
I'm gonna go eat dinner.
Have fun.
So,
Wild.
Got a wife and kids and like a homemade dinner.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Oh, yeah.
Oh well.
I would have set her on fire. I would have burnt that place down. She would have lost property.
Mm.
Yeah, but then they'll just cash in on the insurance.
Yeah.
It's so rigged. It's insane.
Fucking piece of shit.
I could get angrier and angrier talking about the topic of like equity firms eating up almost any real estate that could be affordable housing on the West Coast. It's just entirely eaten up by Chinese real estate companies.
Oh yeah. Or just like Zillow and shit. It's fucked.
They have,
Oh,
they have
fucking Zillow and
huge
Redfin.
hand- It's not only them. You can't blame only Chinese.
It's not just them, but like it's
I'm just talking about the Seattle area because I know for a fact the Seattle area is just sold to China.
oh in LA it's common as well. It's
Yeah.
crazy. It really is just fucking I don't know. Whatever. We got another like what, like 6-7 years left of the country being a legitimate entity before it collapses.
Oh, which gang are you joining in Mad Max?
Oh no, it's nothing. We're just gonna get bought by another country. We're just gonna become China too.
Probably.
I died before I became a Chinese.
Before
What country do you think
before I
we just
become
migrate to?
That is an insane thing to say.
Let's go to Caribbean, and hopefully the hurricanes and the wild men don't get me.
How much aid does the Caribbean get from the United States after natural disasters?
A horribly laughable amount.
Okay.
A laughable amount?
Yeah. Terrible amount.
Does Puerto Rico have power?
Not really.
I mean, it's not power, but it's just, you know,
Shit, and that's one we're supposed to be taking care of.
it just got back though, but they got power.
Puerto Rico?
My friend's power's kind of in and out.
Puerto Rico is, you know what's crazy? Puerto Rico is doing better than the vast majority of the Caribbean, which is wild.
Yeah.
Which is wild. Like, Haiti is in such a bad spot constantly. It's insane. It's so
French.
sad.
It's their fault.
So sad. That place is just always
It's
going
the
through.
French.
And you know what sucks is like, because it's Haiti and Dominican Republic that are right next to each other, right?
Yeah, but Dominicans hate black people.
Yeah, but
Even
then if
though
there's
they're
a black Dominican, they'll send their ass over to Haiti, even if they've never been to Haiti in their fucking life.
Dominicans hate black people even though they are mostly black. That is
Yeah.
the most confusing thing I've ever seen in my life. Because they're the only island, the only place that's really
What the
crazy.
fuck
like,
is this squirrely little motherfucker?
There's the Caribbean obviously is going to be prejudiced about color. It's color. If white people touched it, there's going to be colorism. But like, just Dominican Republic is wild. They're like, we're not black. I'm Dominican. It's like, bro, your hair looks like mine, and you're darker than me. Nah, I'm Dominican. No black. Nunca. It's like, bro, what?
Nunca.
It's like, what, my guy?
Never. No, never. That's such a wild thing to say to that.
Nunca, no. I mean, you see my hair, Bumpy? He's like, you have hair like mine.
They start
Like-
shaking their head harder and harder because they won't accept the reality.
Nunca, nunca.
It would actually break their mind.
If I take out my hair,
Un poquito, pero no mucho.
yours. Dominicans are crazy, bro. It's in their culture. It's wild. The Spanish made them really hate black people. It's fucking silly.
Nada negro.
Oh, no.
Nada negro.
Blacks don't
They
say
were
it.
like the lowest on the encomienda system. What do you expect?
At your earliest convenience, please collect your.
Dominican man looks into the mirror and sees blonde hair and straight white, blonde hair and blue eyes.
Oh my
Like,
god.
see, it's not me. Look at me. He draws a picture of himself, and it's a picture of like Ben Shapiro.
It's fucking
like,
it's
bro,
fucking Homelander.
Like, my nigga, you don't look like that, bro.
It's like, look, this is a picture of me. It's Homelander.
Like, that's not you, bro. Yeah, it is. You don't see it? Open your ojos, man. You don't see it, bro? Papi, you don't see?
Papi no si.
Papi, no see? It's me. Pero it's me.
Mommy, leche.
Soy.
Soy. It's wild, dude. That's why so many people leave that place. People leave Dominican Republic and just don't go back. They're like, nah, I'll stay here.
Yeah.
It's wild.
I've actually never been to the DR.
Yeah, I've been to DR one time. It was mostly in passing going to Jamaica, but I've been there once. Latinos have a weird perception of race. Well, we're not a race.
Yeah.
But the thing is that people try to the colonizers try to convince us that we were, and that's
You
what
share
the
a
problem,
culture of trauma. That's about it.
that's the problem with Latinos. They were convinced that they are a race, but they're not.
Yeah, it's not actually.
They're not a race. You can be Puerto Rican and look like me, or you can look like Chris, or you can look like our friend Paul.
Yeah.
Like you can look like all of that and be just from like a span of like 30 miles from each other. And then like there's also Mexicans who are objectively Native Americans, but no one talks about that. And I'm like, what? I'm like, what?
Oh yeah, like Pueblo.
Yeah, they're so clearly Native American.
They're straight up Native American people.
Yeah.
And it's like, what do you mean? What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Like, what? He's from Mexico. He's not Native American. It's like, bro, are you telling me that isn't a Native American right there? That's fucking long. That's fucking John Redcorn. Bro.
Mexico is literally native to America.
If Canadians are Native Americans, Mexicans are, but they just like, no, they're not. We're not giving them anything else. We let them live after the Alamo. We're not giving them anything else.
Jeez.
Is Mexico like safe yet?
I mean,
Anywhere safe?
yeah. What's safe, really? It's about. I'd say it's like on a scale of, on a scale of in your house to in an American public school. I would say it's maybe like a fucking 5.
Okay, so it's like going to the mall.
Like,
Yeah.
nowhere. Like, think of it like this, right? There's nuclear weapons. Safety is a figment of our imaginations. But like,
Oh.
Yeah, I don't really. I don't. I guess I don't technically believe that anywhere is safe.
Yeah.
Inherently, just because like
when I
so much
when
crazy
I-
shit can go wrong.
when I was in school and I was taught about the doomsday clock, that one night was the most existential night of my life. I was just like, bro, we're done. We're done, bro. It just takes one guy to have a bad day or trip on a button.
That was
and we all-
fucking crazy.
Well, it's several codes and like.
That
lots
was
of
crazy.
people.
I mean, yeah, that's several codes of people, but like all it takes is like one dictator to. All it takes is one person to do something crazy, and then everything falls out.
I will say, man, like I feel so much safer now that I don't have to go to school. Like schools
Yeah,
felt
actually, yeah.
schools felt like such a genuinely unsafe place for such a long time, just because of like how insane and often shootings
What's,
happen.
what's crazy?
We had race wars at my high school. Like
What?
school shootings
That-
was just one of the many threats.
That's insane. For me in my school, people had guns in school. You know, like I'm told the story. One of my friends had a gun in his book bag one time, and I never felt like scared. I was like, oh, that's insane, that's nuts, but I never felt like fearful for my life. Because I never fucked with anybody, so I was never gonna get shot. You know? It's like, oh, they're not gonna get me. I'm chilling. I'm trying to play Pokemon right now. No one's gonna kill me.
Uh,
But like, I also didn't go to school. I didn't go to school where there was a place where people would just be on like wild people would just come in. Like, I don't know. I don't think where I grew up the people's mental health was like, oh, I'm going through a lot. I'm going to kill random people.
right.
It was, I'm going through a lot. I'm gonna kill my ops. You know, and that's a blessing. That's a blessing that I experienced that.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I'm gonna kill this guy that fought me. I'm not gonna kill this child that's a child playing Legos. You know, that's where my life differed.
I mean,
from-
honestly though,
Children now.
he shouldn't have been playing Legos.
Like, I was a kid playing basketball. That kid is a kid, I don't know, really trying to grasp the concept of addition. So,
I mean,
You
it's
know?
not even schools at this point. It's grocery stores. It's parades.
now it's mostly schools though.
It is
Schools-
mostly
schools are
schools
the best
still.
place, bro.
I know, but it's not just schools anymore. I'm saying it's no longer these isolated incidences. They're now, it's just the general anywhere people are gathering.
Your power weapons have arrived.
Haha,
Those are
idiot!
really-
That actually worked. That's crazy.
I'm glad that I don't have to worry about that being a thing that's happening very often. Where, like, I don't think my nephew and Chris's cousins and shit like that worry about mass shootings. You know. You know.
Yeah, I used to worry about it though.
Yeah,
Aurora
we live-
Lax, thank you for the
He
Twitch
lived
Prime
upstate,
sub.
That's why. He lived upstate. People in the Bronx are not worrying about mass.
Oh
shootings.
yeah,
They-
that is true. That now that you think about it, I never worried about. Although I
They might worry about catching a stray bullet, maybe like if the block has been hot.
I
for a
never
while.
worried about guns in. I never worried about guns in the city, but I worried about them in the country.
Never like.
Depends on
Never
what you're
would.
doing in the country. If you're in a neighborhood you're not supposed to be, you're not supposed to be there.
Well, yeah, you
Oh.
might catch a bullet for like, you know, like if
Fucking Bugs Bunny takes a wrong turn at Albuquerque and gets shot on someone's lawn. Big Fung,
That's
thank you for the
dinner.
Twitch Prime sub.
like when I interact with people in like whenever I've been to, like I went to Compton a few times with my friends, right? And obviously I got pressed because I'm a large black man walking through Compton wearing like probably some stupid pair of Nikes that I shouldn't be wearing because they cost too much. And everybody's like, oh, this guy's probably this color or some stupid shit. And I've gotten pressed, but I've never worried about getting shot. I've always worried about like they might try to rob me.
I
Or
feel
they
like
might try to,
I feel like I kind of popped off that game.
you know, like I'm not gonna get shot, killed because I don't bang or anything like that. I don't have to worry about that.
Cities have way worse gun crime. Well, yes, they do, but I never worried about them because it was just like gun crime was like gun crime.
Mass shooting.
Yeah, the thing is with like gun crimes, it's usually like if you're in a gang, you're gonna get shot or something, or like it's usually like cities was like if you fucked around, you're gonna find out, but like if you're just, and maybe there's like a stray bullet every now and again, but like
Central Park after 6 p.m.
yeah, but like in the country, it's like okay, some suburban kid got bullied and now everyone in Mrs. Kennedy's art class is dead for no fucking reason. And it's just like, all right, well, and then the cops will go there with their fucking riot gear and not do anything for 40 minutes.
Everyone in Mrs. Kennedy's art class is dead at a school 15 miles from where he grew up.
Yeah. It's like just like there's something maliciously random. You know what I mean? Like a stray bullet is like tragic.
It's unfortunate.
And it's like tragic and like fucking, it's still shitty. It's like not fun to think about. But like the thought of like somebody going into like a daycare and being like, I'm intending to do this is like just fucking, that's just beyond the pale, you know? But also cities have worse gun crime in general just because like there's more people. So it's like, of course.
There's more people, unfortunately, like.
If animals had a say in gun crime, there's a lot of gun crime. You know what I mean? Like, if deer could voice their opinion, they'd have a lot to say about the country. But they're dead. And they're deer. Dude, there would be people down in the city who would go up, or people from up here who would be shipped into the city to kill deer when they would get out of hand in like Long Island and stuff.
Don't kill the city deer. I love the city deer.
No, man, you don't know what you're talking about.
I'm surrounded by woods in our city. Come on, man.
I saw a deer in Tompkins Square once, and it was the most confused animal I think I've ever seen.
I have seen deers go inside of cars, batter people, and then leave the car. Not joking. Not
it like takes its hoof gloves off.
Not even kidding. The deer goes in the car. You see the fucking like Looney Tunes smoke and feet and shit, and then it gets out the car and there's a battered child.
they just tap dance on you. It's like I don't know. It's nowhere's safe. Is the point of the conversation?
You.
The deer will fuck you up. Jalen, our friend Jalen, was afraid of deer. Like deathly.
Deer
I remember walking him home one day and like outside, you know how like when it's nighttime there's like that front light in the house that like it's almost like a spotlight on the driveway. It was illuminating like 5 deer just standing there, and he was like, they waited for me. They got something against me. And then he went to somebody else's house to sleep.
He went to Joe's. I remember that day.
Yeah.
He went.
What did he do to the deer?
Nothing.
Nothing, probably. The deers are a huge problem where we live, dude. Like, a deer killed my friend's dog. Another deer assaulted one of our friends. A deer broke Dave's arm. Like, they're just assholes.
Yeah,
they don't
they're fucking. They suck.
I've never heard this much shit talking on deer before. Like, what?
You don't really have deers. You might have some deers.
We have like city deer. They just walk through town.
Yeah, that's different.
You've never been around a lot of deer. That's the thing. You've seen deer, but you've never been around a lot of them. When we moved upstate, I was blindsided by how many of those assholes there were, and how they'll go in your house, bro.
Yeah, they will.
What's going on with New York deer?
My man, you did not see a deer in town. I swear to God. I don't know if it was Tompkins. I know it was a park in Manhattan, which is way not where a deer is supposed to be, and that happens sometimes. Like I remember specifically. Kings, do you remember the moose on Route 9? Kingston.
There was moose in the hoose.
There was a fucking moose in fucking Poughkeepsie, which I don't know if you know this. It's quite far from Canada, and
a little south. Yeah.
It's just, I just remember being fucking baffled by that, because you should not be anywhere near. You should not be a moose should not be able to take a train to New York City. Like, that is just.
Like, it got on and nobody said anything.
I live in Seattle. We do not have deer walking through town.
You do, motherfucker. If you're in Everett, if you're in Issaquah, if you're in Renton, if you're in fucking Kirkland, It's the entire area.
I went to a boxing gym in Renton.
Do you enjoy it?
It was cool, yeah.
Can I post the picture now? You've already made so many posts about it.
No,
Uh,
not yet. Who's gonna tell the moose to get off? I don't know, man. A brave soul. Not me. I'm not telling the moose to get. I'm not
he's
telling
like
the moose
walking
nothing.
up, tapping him on the shoulder. You gotta go.
You gotta go, bud. You gotta get out of here, buddy. I live in Texas, but not sure if I've ever seen a deer IRL. I think coyotes are more common. Yeah, coyotes are kind of everywhere.
Oh yeah, they're fucking bad.
I hate
too.
the way they sound, man. Like they fucking.
Demon dogs.
Everett is not Seattle. It's like saying Albany is Manhattan.
Get the fuck out of here, bitch! It's the Seattle area. It's like saying Albany is Manhattan. Manhattan's a neighborhood in the city of New York. Oh my. Ugh. Anyway,
Well, Manhattan is New York City.
I
There are boroughs of like the Bronx and
Yeah.
Brooklyn, but they're separate from Manhattan. The thing is, I consider like if you are, I don't know. There's a lot of different definitions. I don't know why Sweeney's muted and deafened, but I feel like generally speaking, like what you can really consider the city ends at like the Bronx. There's like an extended,
like. I guess it's
like you could argue that you could argue that up to Poughkeepsie is technically the city because you can just take a train to get there and it's like
No, I'm not-
pretty
no,
quick.
bro.
But that is like, but that's more of a nebulous like
The city ends at the New Rochelle, bro.
the
Well,
city.
you know what
The city does not go that far.
You know when the city ends? You know when the city
The
ends?
city ends at the at the border of Yonkers and the
I
Bronx.
say it does.
That
No,
like
no, it ends when there's no more numbers. As soon as there's no more numbers, because I know Yonkers goes up to like 245th Street or something like that.
yeah.
When it's no longer numbers, it's not the city anymore.
No, I don't agree. I think
That's where it ends.
I think the hard line, the hard real line is Yonkers and the Bronx. I think once you're in Yonkers, you're not in the city anymore.
I consider that part of Yonkers the city because it's still technically the Bronx as well. I think that's still.
I know, but
Like,
then everything's technically just part of the city at that point, isn't it?
Oh, because
Because if
when,
Yonkers is part of the Bronx and New Rochelle is part of Yonkers, then like what's stopping everything from being just another part of another thing? That like you have to draw a line at some point.
the argument I'm making is that once there's no more numbers, like even in Yonkers, when the numbers cut off, it's no longer this. It's no longer the city.
But that's so arbitrary.
Well, that's the only dividing factor where it's like it's even like look wise, it looks different when there's no more numbers. You know, it starts becoming more and more open space. Like after you get past the raceway, it looks different in Yonkers. It's more like it looks more Westchester-y.
Right, but what I'm saying is like this. I feel like the Bronx is very much the city. Yonkers is the area in which the city transitions out of being the city. So therefore, Yonkers can't be the city.
So
Because
I would
otherwise,
look at that.
everything above Yonkers would be considered part of something that's part of the city.
Well,
New York?
I consider part of Yonkers the city. I don't consider all of Yonkers.
But you can't have that gray area though. Like I don't think, because then it just becomes entirely nebulous and meaningless. I feel like it's just.
You can call it the New York City area, I guess.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, but that's what I mean. Like the city ends when the Bronx meets Yonkers, in my opinion. But the New York City area, I feel like genuinely extends like crazy far.
Because I looked up how many square miles is New York City, and it's like 302, while the square miles of Seattle is like 80.
The New York City
So you
area,
know-
the New York City area means you can commute to the city in the day, and it's a
Well, the
reasonable
thing
commute.
about New York City is that New York City is 5 cities.
Right.
They're 5 cities put into one. Each borough is a city. It's a whole fucking city. Like the Bronx and Brooklyn are very big. They're big places. And then they're a portion of all that is New York. Like Manhattan, though it's not exactly gargantuan, it's not the smallest place ever. There are smaller, like LA is smaller than Manhattan.
No,
The
it's
city-
not. Is
the
it?
city of-
I can't imagine that that's true.
The city of Los
I'm gonna look
Angeles,
it up.
not Los Angeles County.
Oh, all
It's
right.
smaller
Yeah,
than-
you might be correct. You might be right.
I consider what you call it, everything, because Harlem in general, Harlem is also the Bronx and Manhattan, literally, but
The
it's still
city of Los Angeles is bigger than the entire city of New York.
Yeah, that
no. Okay.
the city or the county.
The county is
The
even
county's
bigger.
huge, but like
The
County
county's
of Los Angeles,
4.7 thousand square miles, while the city of Los Angeles is like 500, and New York is like 400.
I think it's like really simple. I think there needs to be a line, and I think Yonkers is that line because that's the area where it starts to not feel like the city. So it's not the city.
Like,
But-
once you, like,
But I
like,
feel like the second there's the city and then there's the city area, and I think the city area extends much further. I think the city area you could argue is like all the way up until the metro stops. You know,
like the PK. Well, that's the suburbs. Definitely, that's not the city no more.
I'm not saying it's part of the city, but it's the city area.
Yeah, yeah.
Because we're in the sticks, dude.
We are in the sticks, but we're still in the city area. We could go to the city any day that we wanted to, and it wasn't like
Okay, I get you.
I can hop on a train where I live and be in the Seattle area in less than 45 minutes. So I feel like
yeah.
like,
so
I'm
you
in-
are
I'm in
you are in the
area.
Seattle city area, but you are not
Yeah.
in Seattle,
Yes.
right? The city stops at
I
North
don't want to
Korea.
pay an extra $300 a month.
The city stops at the Hindenburg.
In fact, Stonehenge is the end of New York City.
The further away from New York City, the better New York is. I don't know, man. I don't think you've been to Buffalo.
You have not been to
Let's
Buffalo.
not
You
talk
have
about
not.
Buffalo, New York. We could just, yeah.
Yo, Buffalo has the highest crime rate in New York State. That is crazy. When the
And
Bronx,
people are traveling out of town to go commit crimes there.
dude,
It's like we gotta diversify.
that is crazy when the Bronx exists, bro. The Bronx and East New York, Brooklyn exists, and it's still Buffalo.
I don't know, man.
Dude, Buffalo is the place you go to kill and freeze.
Honestly, anywhere that you can't train to the city is basically Pennsylvania to me. Like I don't even.
Basically, Pennsylvania. Jesus Christ.
Like, what are you really bringing to the table? Your pizza's probably not even that good. Like, it's probably fine.
Your pizza tastes like it's from Connecticut.
I will say that the good pizza, there is a bubble of good pizza that kind of extends a little bit into Pennsylvania and a little bit into Connecticut.
Dude, there's good pizza all over the tri-state area. I'll stand by that.
Yeah.
I stand by that. There's great people all over.
My
the tri-state
favorite place is actually in Yonkers, but it's just too inconvenient to go to.
I don't think I know what good pizza is. I don't think we have that here.
favorite. I think Joe's is my favorite pizza place I've been to so far.
I like Joe's just because like they know me there.
Is it just? Oh, you're that.
Yeah, they know who I am. It's also just like genuinely good pizza, but that's like a nice little plus.
You're known at the Spider-Man's pizza place.
It is
Hey, look,
fun.
it's that guy.
Whenever I go, usually there's like somebody. Like occasionally there's like, I mean, people cycle in and out of that pizza place all the time. So like you're always meeting new people, but you know, we have amazing pizza in New Jersey. Oh yeah, for sure.
Joe has great pizza.
Yeah, but why would you go there? You know.
I'd go to-
New Jersey is just the sewers of New York extended.
No, that's not fair. Yes, it is.
Oh.
You get struck by fucking red lightning in New York, in fucking Jersey.
I can't believe that still to this day. Like I remember driving to like Virginia on a road trip and we passed through New Jersey and there I saw red lightning. I thought that was like Dragon Ball shit. Like I didn't think that was possible. Chris, chat and Chris, what's better in your opinion? Greek food, Italian food, or Middle Eastern food? I mean, I don't know. Like I feel like
I'd say Italian food first, and then maybe I haven't had much Middle Eastern food. I've had Indian food, if that counts. I think Indian food
Doesn't. It's no.
what's Middle
Indian food's
Eastern?
Asian.
What's Middle Eastern food?
It'd be like Persian food, like
Give me an example of like a dish.
hummus,
Shawarma.
pita bread.
What's
never
wait?
had
What's
Italian
Greek then?
food.
Isn't that-
Lamb?
I always thought that was like Mediterranean.
Kebabs.
That's Greek as well. Greek also has that kind of food.
What's
I mean,
what's
if you're, like,
what is
looking
what's
at the Ottoman Empire, who they conquered. If you're looking at where the Roman Empire conquered, these cultures all kind of just mixed.
I will say Italian is like my preferred of those. like fucking like pasta, ravioli, spaghetti, ziti, fucking pizza, calzones, fucking
Calzone's
chicken
also not a
parm.
pizza.
Calzones are a fucking giant pizza burrito, and that's fucking amazing.
Yeah, a calzone is a rolled up pizza, and a stromboli is like a pizza that's a bread.
I've never had. I actually
Hmm.
have somehow never had a stromboli.
Stromboli goes bananas. Because calzone and stromboli are roughly the same thing. Like, I don't know what the difference is really between them.
Yeah.
Chicken over rice just hits hard, bro. You're right.
Greeks have
Chicken
feta
over rice
cheese with
bread and
olive
white
oil.
sauce is good.
I don't know, man.
like-
Chicken and rice is just good.
Like
I don't-
Greek food like that. Ooh.
Whatever Zanku is, I fucking love that shit.
That's
That-
more meta.
Zanku?
That's Mediterranean, yeah. Like I love. It's for me. It's like Italian, Mediterranean, Japanese, and Indian. Those are the, and I obviously like Spanish, but like I mean that's just more of my default, just because.
Is Italian not in the Mediterranean? Like, is Italy not in the
I
Mediterranean?
mean, those foods are very different. Like they're close together, I guess, but you wouldn't you wouldn't describe Zanku chicken as Italian food.
Okay.
You know, like it just wouldn't. It wouldn't. Italian's very defined by, I feel like, sauces. And I guess there's like garlic sauces too, but
Sauces and pastas. Meanwhile, Mediterranean food has a very heavy focus on yogurt-based things, like yogurt-based sauces.
yeah.
Sort of a lot of vegetables, like a lot of like leafy salads,
Damn it.
and what's another thing?
Spain and France are in the Mediterranean, but they aren't. Yeah, it's tricky.
Like half of my trip budget is gonna be spent on food and meals and shit. I've been looking up all the good.
Where are
there's
you
an
going?
Ethiopian place I want to try. LA next month.
Oh, sick.
So.
Oh, that's right, for the fucking concert.
No, it got canceled. My sister bailed.
Oh, that
so
sucks.
But I'm still going down. I'm getting to stay with friends, so that saves me money on a hotel. So.
Hey, there you go.
But all the food down there. This is the food culture in LA. That's so fucking.
There's
hyped for.
there is some good stuff. It
There's
is.
so much-
I will say it's not the thing with Manhattan though. It's like it's like everything is more convenient to get to, so like you feel a lot more free to explore. But there are really good places in LA. It's just like a lot of them are spread out. Like my
Is that like Washington?
my favorite dumpling place is really really far from like my favorite sushi place is really really far from my favorite Mediterranean place. Whereas in the city, it's just
no.
like everything's like usually like.
The Mexican food in LA is crazy though.
How much am I gonna have to budget for Ubers? Like, do they not have a bus?
I mean, they have a bus,
No,
but
you're gonna have to have money for Uber, but it's not crazy expensive in LA.
yeah,
Like Ubers in New York are robbery. They're highway robberies.
dude, fuck you, dude. Seattle, I couldn't even believe it. I couldn't.
Yeah,
I could
bad.
not. Like Ubering in New York is like whatever. Ubering in LA is like whatever. But like I Ubered 20 minutes, and it was fucking $60.
You went over the water though. You had to
So?
pay, like, a toll.
What?
That's
There's
like
no.
a whole other thing, man. Like when I saw where you were staying versus like, oh yeah, I'm going to Seattle. Like, bro, you have to go in across the water to get there. Nah.
You just argued that you were 45 minutes away and that you're in the city, so I don't want to hear any of
Yeah,
that.
but I don't have to go over water. I just go straight up the train, like in the Land Peninsula. Like, it's different.
Look, that is still insane because I take Ubers over water in New York City, and it doesn't cost $60 just to go. I had to drive over water slightly. There's a water fee. What is this? IGN? It's ridiculous.
What separates Mexican and Caribbean food? Mexican food is very different.
Oh, it's incredibly, like, remarkably
Food has
different.
A lot of potatoes in it. A lot of chile. Caribbean food is primarily rice and chicken things. Rice, chicken, pork.
Yeah, rice, chicken, pork, and very
And
like
happy
pulled
with your
pork,
hands?
pasteles, fucking mofongo.
We also eat oxtail. We also eat
I haven't had oxtail.
The main course of Caribbean food is arroz. Period.
Rice.
That is
yeah.
the main source of Caribbean food. You're gonna have rice and something
Expensive
else.
tolls can be a thing, Chris. I know. I just
Do you,
avoid the tolls. Like I don't know what you're saying. Like it.
dude? Then your drive would have been, I think, 45 minutes to an hour.
See, but that's
You want
crazy to
Mexican
me
food?
because like when I avoid tolls in New York, the difference in time is like 5 minutes. Like, it's not really that much of a difference, especially considering the price. It's like, I don't know, like Ubering in, I'll never Uber in Seattle again.
The tolls are like $16 sometimes.
That is fucked.
Yeah.
Like the food in California is so good that it's like I don't want
You have to know where to go though.
But the thing about New York is that the food in New York, though it isn't quite as diverse to me, I feel at times, it's better. Like food next to your apartment in the middle of like somewhere in Flushing is gonna be bomb, you know? Opposed to like, I think the heights in California get higher, but the availability of good food in New York is higher. Like you just get good food anywhere you go.
You can take a stupid guess in New York and end up in like a really amazing place, whereas in LA you really have to know where you're going.
That's why I hit Lily.
And there's
up
no
for, like,
good
haunted
Italian
places to
food.
go.
No, don't let anybody tell you there's good Italian food in LA. It's just not true. It is.
I don't-
There's just
No,
none.
but Pinocchio's is not bad, but it's not great.
It ain't fucking good, man. Pinocchio's is like if Olive Garden cared, you know?
Pinocchio's isn't bad, and they have bomb ass gelato there.
Yeah, but gelato's like good everywhere.
That's true.
I haven't had bad gelato ever, I don't think.
But
What's
the-
gelato?
How does one make bad Italian food? It is something in the water, I think, like genuinely. Like that's what a lot of pizza people over there tell me, like pizza place managers and shit, where it's like, oh yeah, it's just the water just fucks with the dough in certain ways that are just not conducive. I don't know.
Oh, do you guys have hard water in LA?
Yeah, we have hard water.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's
We have
It's
hard
the
water
minerals.
upstate, too. The water upstate for me, at least the where I lived, was disgusting. That's why I got addicted to Poland Spring for a while. Cause holy shit,
I love
dude, the
Poland
water-
Spring. We have good well water at where I'm at, but
You guys have well water. That's why you
Lucky.
love bastards.
yeah.
Fucking, I had Poland, dude. That was the best part about living at home, bro. Every month they would jump off like like a huge gug of it, and like 4 boxes of Poland Spring with like gallons in it. And I would take one of those every time I played basketball, and I'd just be like, I'm a king. I'm drinking this delicious water after basketball. I feel like a god.
One thing I will say, like I want so deeply to go to Italy and have pizza in Italy. Like that is like one of the things I want to do.
I want to go to Italy really bad and see the Colosseum, and that's it. But I heard the Colosseum's like in the middle of the street. Like it's like
Yeah. It's like the pyramids where you find out it's like across the street from like a Domino's.
Italian pizza is different from American pizza, are very different, but I still like them both.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, I bet like however different it is, it's fucking delicious.
We've had pretty much Italian pizza before.
I mean, we've had
What
Italian
style?
adjacent pizza.
Grimaldi's is pretty much Italian pizza.
No, I understand the style. I just like I want like authentic, like proper, like
Do you guys think you get better Chinese food in LA or New York?
New York for
New
sure.
York.
Like not
No.
even...
You know what? I'm gonna settle this. Is that Chinese food is like my favorite. New York, the way it's served is superior.
Oh, because dim sum style?
Well, no. In New York, you go to the Chinese restaurant, you get like food, and it's like in a small, like it's not dinner. It's not a big dinner thing. It's like personal. So you go like, oh, let me get General Tso's chicken, some white rice, and chicken wings, and they give you like a little crate with like the fucking pink lettering on it, like a little swish of like, here is your General Tso's chicken on white rice, and then there's like a little bag with like 4 chicken wings in it, and that was that would make me so happy about going back to here. I got that, and I was like, this is how it's served in New York. And Lily was like, this does not taste as good. I was like, yes, but I don't have to share what I'm eating with
No, but you were staying in fucking. You were not staying in a place that's good for Chinese food at all.
Bro, what? The area I was at was super Chinese, but I didn't get Chinese food from there also.
Where'd you
But
go?
the
Where'd you
So
go?
why would you?
I got it in the Bronx.
All right.
You left the Chinese area to get Chinese food in the Bronx?
I knew that Chinese place. I was like, oh, this is the place where I always got my best Chinese food from. So I got it from there. Out of like
And it was bad.
That is. All right.
I knew where I knew the place. It was sentimental.
All right, I understand. Fair enough. But like
Yeah.
that's I mean,
But the thing is,
I'll
Chinese
say
food
this, man.
in
I have not had Chinese food, like Chinese food in LA that was even remotely good.
That's great. I've had so much
Where?
Oh,
Where do you
no.
go? Where do you go?
with Mick. Everywhere I go with Mick, it's delicious.
He Kingston, he's Asian. Not all food that he gives you is Chinese food.
Well, no, when people get Chinese food, it's always delicious.
So,
That's what I'm saying.
A Chinese handed it to me. Don't you
oh
know?
my god. See, I love just the basic thing. Like I like me just like the pork fried rice with the boneless spare ribs and some fucking steamed broccoli, and like it's just like a really like standard fucking thing. Because that's like the baseline that I use to judge whether or not a Chinese food place is good.
That's how I prefer it because I'm used to that.
I need to watch them chop
Well,
up in front of me.
I just like I like to. There's one place in LA that's like really good, but it's a sit down restaurant. You can't like, if you take it out, it tastes
problem.
significantly worse.
Just sit down and
It's
spend it.
it's in, oh my god, I wish I could fucking remember it. It
It's
wasn't.
the place that Nick taught you, I'm pretty sure.
No. That wasn't. You're talking about the 88 beef noodle. That's really good. I'm talking about like the stereotypical Chinese food, kind of like the takeout meal that you would get.
Oh, like Chowser?
I never had that here.
There was one. I had this amazing. Fuck! It's in that little. You know where that sushi restaurant is with the sushi on the conveyor belt? Kingston?
The one that Joe likes. That's gross.
No. What?
I don't know sushi place. I don't eat sushi.
Oh yeah, that's right. Fucking. All right.
Conveyor belt sushi is bomb.
Yeah. Well, there's a place in LA proper that has a really good Chinese place, but you have to sit down and eat it. You can't get takeout. In my experience, New York has like I remember getting Peking duck in like Chinatown, and it was like one of the best food experiences that I've ever had. And it was like this hole in the wall in Chinatown, and it was so fucking good.
Skin.
Yeah, the crispy skin.
In California goes bananas, bro.
The Mexican food in California is fantastic.
I've had burritos and tacos that have been like, this is why. Like, I till this day don't know if I exactly like pizza more than like tacos and stuff.
I definitely like pizzas more, but
I've never had a good tamale that wasn't sold to me on the side of the street.
Tamales are good, but like, I don't adore them. Like, I do like them, but I don't adore tamales. Like, they're like a very much so. You eat them.
I'll be right back.
You eat tamales in like Christmas time. That's it.
Nah, I'm year round with that shit.
No, that's like a Christmas time thing. Like, you make them and you properly set it up. That's like a very. I'm eating this in Christmas time because like one of my tias are like someone made it for me.
Yeah.
But I do like it.
I don't know. I was talking to Lily because I was wanting to go get food with her when I'm down there, and I was like, "Girl, you gotta show me the good street tacos. I want some lengua because like not every place does lengua up here, and if they do it, it's like."
You like lengua? Isn't that tongue?
Yeah.
That's gross.
What?
That's gross.
Why?
It's tongue.
Bro, you were just talking about how you'll eat oxtail. Like, you should come out with me. We'll go out to Korean barbecue. We'll get some, like, beef intestines or something, or some chicken feet. Like, I'm gonna make you eat weird shit. Come on.
Oxtail's delicious, bro. Tongue isn't even good meat. It's too muscly.
What? It's not at all. Especially not if you have lengua in a taco. It's not muscly.
Wow, it's gross, bro. I don't know. I'm not a fan. You're Asian. You got the Asian like.
What's happening?
Like, taste palette. That's why.
Yeah.
What's going
You
on?
gotta evolve taste palette. Like Asian people eat anything, and they'll cook it and they'll eat it and it'll be good. But like,
yeah.
it's there like.
I'll straight up eat duck fetus. You know.
You guys have like an evolved taste palette. It's like, y'all do your thing, man.
What are you
Okay.
talking? What are you guys talking about?
Do you like lengua?
Lengua.
Yeah.
It's like cow tongue.
I think I've had it. I don't remember if I don't think I disliked it. I don't know if I would necessarily be fiending for it again.
I just like chicken, bro. Give me chicken. I'll be fine.
No, the pollo street tacos don't taste the same. It's not the same.
I had the best fucking quesadilla I've ever had with like chicken and mole in like this fucking cigar lounge in East LA. And it was fucking life-changingly good.
You know where you go to get really good?
Mole's
You know,
the chocolate one, right?
I don't know what the fuck it was. It didn't taste like chocolate to me, but whatever it was delicious.
Mole's chocolate.
It didn't taste
You know
like
what-
chocolate at all.
It doesn't taste like chocolate, but it is because it's like
Yeah, they use like the abuelitas chocolate. You know?
they use dark chocolate. They don't use like milk chocolate that make mole.
Just super good, man. I don't know what the fuck it was, but it was some heavenly.
The best tacos in California are from near El Monte. That is the best taco places. They are fire.
Okay.
Like,
Okay.
there's a very good taco spot by where me and Lily live called El Sal's. Their tacos are very, very, very good, but the best come from that area.
I kind of like that. It's not the best tacos I've ever had, but I kind of like that Guisado's place.
Guisado's is good. It's like modern tacos, that's why. Like, it's experimental food. It's like fusion food,
Yeah.
which is
Um.
El Monte has such good. Like, you'll go there and it's like 6 taco stands filled up, and like 20
Street
people
food.
that-
Street food in general is just really fucking bomb. Like I really love street food.
Street food is the best. It's not as fucked up for you because it's just like them just cooking it. They're not adding it with fillers and preservative and bullshit, and it just tastes good. Like, here's meat. I put it on this thing in front of you. It sizzles. I put the meat on the bread and I give it to you.
I had a gyro in a subway station like yesterday.
Isn't it? Is it called a gyro?
It's called a gyro, but I say gyro
okay.
because
It's called a gyro, but everyone in New York calls it a gyro.
I say gyro
That's
because
how I identify when you.
I say gyro because people know what I'm talking about, and when I say gyro, they're like, "What'd you say?"
Yeah, no one calls it a gyro. Elote is very good. Elote and esquite are good.
Oh, I fuck with the elote. Yeah.
You know what I fucking love? Well, this is a Spanish thing, but like, I forget the word for it. Chicharrón.
Chicharrón.
Chicharrones, yeah.
Chicharrón with
big
it's
pork
like
rinds.
it's like fucking.
It's crack.
Yeah, it's like really crunchy, like crispy pork skin.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong,
When you get
Mexican.
a really hard greasy piece.
Ah, dude, with like a little bit of fat in it.
Oh.
People in the chat.
And you get
correct
like the cold feeling.
Thank fucking
Chicharrón.
God I'm eating right now because this would be a miserable conversation. If not,
what are the star-shaped ones called? The big rounded ones? They're not chicharrones. They're
Churros?
no.
No.
Not churros are. They're like chicharrones, but they usually have like lime sauce on them, and they're like star-shaped. They're like circles with like 5 points on it.
Oh,
It's not chicharrones. It's something else.
no.
chicharrón can be made squish. I like them. I like crispy, personally.
I need them crispy. I
Yeah,
need them.
it's just it's
Yeah,
like
I-
fucking crack cocaine. If I could fiend for anything, it would be that.
Yeah. Intravenously, please.
You
Just
ever
get the
had
chicharrones on tap.
What you call it with tajin on it?
Oh yeah.
That shit's delicious, bro.
But yeah, generally speaking, I feel like LA and New York are pretty close. San Francisco has pretty great food too, but
San Fran has a lot of
Yeah, but I'm
diverse.
not driving all the way up
Portland,
there.
Portland has sincerely some of the best food I've ever had, and it's the weirdest shit I've ever had too. The only downside is that you have to be in Portland, which is a
You
very
have to
weird
be
place.
in Portland. Yeah.
Does Portland suck?
Hmm?
Does Portland suck?
It's just very.
Portland
It's
fucking
just. It feels pretentious when you're walking through it.
You can feel the gentrification and white kids on LSD.
Yeah, it feels. I don't even know. Like it just feels. It feels like what happens to cities at the end.
Portland's what happens when you take cocaine and LSD at the same time.
Portland is just
Every
sort
day.
of. It's not even that it's bad. It's just like very. I don't even know. It's like performatively unique.
Portland. What was it? Stay weird, or like the whole point of Portland's thing is that they're weird.
Yeah, and so they had. There's just like a lot of try hard kind of like look at us, and it just kind of it bleeds through in certain things. But the food I had there was really fucking good. I had this breakfast sushi that was like. It wasn't fish. It was literally like an American breakfast, but presented the way that sushi would be. So like the seaweed in
so
a
it had,
sushi
like, the
roll.
tamago.
Well, so it would be like the seaweed in a sushi roll. It would be like bacon, and then inside, instead of crab, it would be like eggs and like other breakfast
Wow.
stuff. And it was like And it would have like, instead of soy sauce, it was like syrup instead. It was like, this is fucking dope.
Weird.
It's a really, it's not all that unique, but it's like kind of like an interesting way to eat traditional breakfast. It's just like really good. But I don't know. I think generally speaking, there's no real good Italian food in Los Angeles. Mexican food in New York is like, you might as well not even bother. Sushi, I feel like, is generally even, probably because both are so close to the ocean.
Yeah, I'm not gonna eat sushi in a landlocked state.
Chinese food in LA is decent if you know where to go. I feel like New York is generally better, but I don't know. You can't go wrong looking for food in those cities. Like it's some of the best shit is
It was
inevitably.
honestly depressing walking through Chinatown, Seattle after like COVID or whatever.
Oh,
and
yeah.
now all my favorite places were shut down. I was like walking around trying to show my friends, like, oh, we'll go over to this place and go get boba at this place. And it was all closed.
Hey, what's up, T? I'm just eating a steak.
Is it rare?
Steak.
It's
Well done, bro.
I don't know. This is like medium. It's like medium.
Medium
Yeah,
well.
don't influence him to eat your well done bullshit, you toddler.
Is the medium well is the least I'll eat steak on. Medium well.
I think this is medium well. I prefer it rarer, but I
You
also
wouldn't
I
microwave
I also like the way, like, my dad cooks like really fucking good steak. Even if it's like well done, it's fucking, I don't know how it's this juicy. But my dad's like a closet chef. He's like really good at cooking, but he thinks it's like girly, so he doesn't.
Your dad was in the military. Most military guys are really good at cooking, honestly.
Yeah.
It's like a trait they acquire.
I beg to differ because my dad fed us peanut butter sandwiches in several different variations when he watched us for a week. So it was like peanut butter and cheese, peanut butter and honey, peanut butter and jelly. Guess what? Today's a special day. Peanut butter and bologna with onions.
I don't love steak enough to get too choosy with it. I like it, but
Medium well. You gotta have it medium well. I don't know. I'm really particular because I've seen people fucking say they cook chicken, and then I see the chicken and it's not cooked, and that shit kills me.
oh, that shit bothers. I
It's chicken, bro.
would rather have overcooked chicken than have somebody like be like flashy with me. And be like, look at how I can guesstimate this. It's like, no, don't guess, please.
Every person in the military can cook very
Chicken
well.
and pork. Yeah, don't fuck with chicken and pork.
Every person in the military can cook very well
I mean, that makes sense.
because you have to learn how to survive.
Yeah.
Like, what are they doing in the barracks other than fucking the female officers? They're cooking probably.
Yep. Actually.
Actually, yeah.
After they're done tossing around the 6 female officers, they're cooking.
Shit's so depressing.
Yeah, man. Don't be a girl and join the military. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah.
When
I-
that draft will happen, bitch.
If
Y'all
I-
with us.
If I had a daughter, there's no way in hell I would be like, I would let her
No,
join the military.
absolutely not. I'd rather my daughter become an assassin than go into the military.
Yeah, actually.
Like, for real. And I still wouldn't be okay with that. But I'd be like, I'd rather this for you.
If these are your only options,
Well,
I
chicken
guess.
is different from steak. Obviously, chicken should be fully cooked, but steak has to bleed. I don't know. I have had rare steak. I think it's fine. I don't really get much out of it though. Like I don't know. I like medium rare is kind of where medium rare to medium is kind of where I sit with steak.
I like cold blue.
If you want your steak bleeding, I think differently about you, for real.
Yeah, I like my steak bleeding. Yeah.
Of course you do.
Like cold blue rare is fine. Medium rare is what I'll get it at like a regular restaurant.
I want
but,
my
like,
chicken to cry at me.
That's not what I'm saying.
If you eat your steak like that, you're a savage in my mind. I don't respect you. Like, oh, like you're a monster. You're doing this because you want to hurt something.
I'm just preparing for the day that I have to consume human flesh. Are you prepared?
No, 'cause I'm not. I'd rather eat bugs than humans, actually.
I'd rather eat bugs than humans.
I don't know. Consensual cannibalism may be the future, Kingston.
You know what's crazy? The thing about eating bugs is that you feel so there's a level of empowerment that comes from it when you can see a bug and not be like, ill gross. You're gonna be like, haha, I'm gonna eat you. I'm gonna survive off you. Like when you see an anthill and you're like jackpot, and you get a stick and you put the stick inside there, and you're like, yummy, and you eat it. I'm not there yet, but that's a level of like, yes.
I no longer wish to. I don't want to
Stick
be
your
a
hand
part.
in a bag of
I don't want to be a
ants.
part of it.
I
Because
no
that-
longer wish to
it's more
participate in
power.
society.
It's like when like, you know, until you learn how to fight, you're afraid of that bully. But once that bully is no longer a threat to you, then you're just that's another hill that you've accomplished. And it's like that with bugs for me. Like when I can finally do that, but I'll probably go vegetarian before I eat bugs. In all fairness,
Yeah. I just can't imagine eating bugs. I just won't do it.
I wish I had that power, but I don't have it.
I don't wish for it either.
I wish I could see bugs and be like, haha, nice snack. Like when a frog sees a bug, it's like sick, and it eats it, you know? Oh, is this not about making a Black Panther game? I wonder if you can go to the Floyd killing in it.
Jesus
I
Christ.
wonder if
True.
Chadman Boswick's
If
account's
I-
gonna promote it.
Chadman Boswick. Jesus Christ.
Oh, that's so disrespectful for no reason. You don't even gotta be rude like that.
True. I like tofu.
I genuinely thought I said Chadwick Boseman.
I like tofu and veggies options. If I were to become a vegetarian, I don't think I would ever touch tofu. Because I would just feel like I would feel distinctly like I was just trying to recapture something that I have no hope of recapturing. Every time a vegan has taken me somewhere and we're like, I bet you didn't know this was vegan, right? I have to lie and say like, yeah, I had no clue.
Like I've had vegan sweets that are delicious, and that's it.
Well, yeah, because sugar, you just put sugar in it. Sugar doesn't come from an animal.
You can't use honey though.
Tofu is so good though.
I'm obviously not just gonna eat bugs. I never said that.
Yeah, you did.
No,
Yeah,
I
you
didn't.
did.
I said I could eat bugs.
You said there's power from it, and you're looking forward to holding that power.
Yes, but I didn't. That's not me saying I'll just eat bugs. What? You just
That's
you
you
said
saying
I
you're going
said
to prep for
something,
eating
and
bugs.
then you repeated me not saying that.
Uh-huh.
No, you said I'm Kingston Jameson and I wish to eat bugs.
Yes.
Yeah.
I did not say anything about only
Clip it.
bugs.
Tofu is so
Somebody
good
go
though.
back and
Well,
clip
tofu
it.
just tastes like whatever.
You cook it with.
It's like chicken, except like not satisfying.
When I need snacks bad, I'll just like air fry little tofu squares and just nom on them.
The thing about vegetarians, you gotta have like if you're an active person and you're like vegetarian, you gotta have like some sort of protein substitutes.
Yeah. But the thing is, like, if you eat too much soy, then there's other issues with that as well.
And that's an issue, but it's not like crazy. Like you're not gonna be eating enough soy that you fuck up your hormones for real. Like it's possible if you're like fucking pounding soy like I don't know, like a fucking Irishman pounds alcohol in the fucking 1800s. Then that might be a problem, you know. But like you're not gonna do that.
Yeah. It's just
I've
not
seen
good. It's just
people
not
eat a
good enough to
butterfly.
me.
That's not human. If you eat a butterfly, there's something wrong with you. I eat a little caterpillar though.
You would eat a caterpillar?
I'm saying that now. I don't know. In the moment, I'd probably be too pussy.
OJ Campbell, what's up? Thank you for the gifted sub.
You right?
I don't think
Why
I
don't
could
we-
ever not eat meat. I really can't imagine.
I can go without meat. Cause like I only like one meat really, and that's just like penis. But like other than that, chicken's really good too.
That's fair.
I don't know. I'm not always in the mood to eat meat, but I don't know if I could ever like cut it out of my diet entirely.
My Indian friends would eat meat like once a week, and I'm like, that's crazy.
I don't know, that seems
I think the
reasonable.
thing is like the best pleasure I've ever had eating food has always been like it's always been an animal.
Yeah, because your brain, your hunter brain, your little bit of your hunter brain that's always like, oh, I'm killing this. Yeah, look at me. Look at this game I got.
I do feel like if I could pursue a pleasure in life, it would be food. Like I would just chase good food.
I think so too. I think I would.
Life. I think everyone would do that. That's why I look at fucking Guy Fieri and I want to punch him in the face.
Why? Because he's living the life you want.
He's living the life that like 90% of human. He's living the life that starving people and non-starving people want. Like everybody wants that life. Like no one is gonna be like, oh, I'll give you money to eat in these places. No one's gonna be like.
The thing is, I think I can go without meat, and then I think about like, oh, chicken parm and like chicharron and fucking, even just something simple like a good sandwich, like.
For me,
Oh yeah.
it would fuck me up if someone cooked. Like if I'm really hungry one day and like I'm having trouble, and then like someone has this like good cooked chicken somewhere around, it's gonna be so hard not to just eat that. You know, like that's where it's difficult. Those moments are difficult.
Yeah, it's
I mean,
hard.
shit. I'll still grab a slice of pizza sometimes, even though I'm lactose intolerant. I'll weigh the options.
That's what I mean, though. Like you
You're
do
like
that. You do that
enough
even
to
though you
not have
know.
pizza?
Yeah.
That's bad.
What do
Like,
you-
I'm
wait,
not
wait, wait.
intolerant to food, but like I can have pizza. Like pizza doesn't fuck up my stomach. Cause it's pasteurized cheese. Like it's so much shit done to it already. It's not gonna fuck me up. But like if I eat yogurt, I get real tired. But I love it. Yogurt's so delicious.
Honestly, some of the best meals I've ever had were purely vegetarian. I don't believe that.
I hear that,
I
like,
can't like because vegetables don't have taste. So like, if you
What?
they don't have nearly as much taste as like fucking meat does. That's insane.
No, like, you're right. They don't have as much as meat does. But if you can cook and you have your spices, you're doing your thing. Like, cause eggplant parmesan, bro. People eat that shit and they love it.
I have had eggplant parmesan, and I remember having it. And I was thinking, wow. I remember thinking, this is really good. This really needs to be a chicken. Like it feels. You know how like in Naruto people will like substitute for logs?
Yeah.
It feels like the food equivalent of that, where it's like, this isn't bad, but like the core of this feels so lacking.
Oh shit, Amaranth Streamer, I gotta go.
You're such a. I can't believe you're still doing this.
You don't watch Amaranth?
No, I don't watch Amaranth.
Happen. I go through your subscription. You subscribe to her for 28 months.
I don't subscribe on Twitch.
Like, oh, look at this, Chris. You're subscribed to her. It's wild. Oh, top donator. Crazy. Crazy, huh?
You need to do more to make veggies taste better. Yeah, I mean, it's just. I don't even like I remember I went to a vegan restaurant kind of recently with some friends in LA for like a party thing for a friend of ours who is vegetarian and vegan and stuff. And we went and we had these like empanadas, and I just remember thinking like, these are good. They should have meat. And then I was thinking like, oh my God, what the fuck was it? Oh, it was buffalo cauliflower. You know, like when they fry up they have it's like
Oh,
a
that
sub.
stuff's good.
It is good, but I'm eating it. I'm like,
It's empty.
this would have been if this was just chicken, it would be so much better than it is currently. Like it's fine, it's entirely serviceable, but I already don't really like eating anyway. So like if I'm going to eat, I don't want it to be fucking half-assed.
Earn the most kills to win. Then contact the authorities.
Sweeney's gone.
Oh no, I'm sorry. Oh man, I gotta carry. All right, let me stop reading.
I don't know what he's doing. He
Still playing
deafens
Halo?
for some reason. Yeah, I mean, I finished my steak. So now I'm free. Plantain
mom got
empanadas
steak
with
today.
cheese in them slap tremendously.
Ooh.
Yeah, but imagine having plantain empanadas with cheese alongside literally any meat.
I do think that I'm gonna get a savory flavor from meat, like that I can't get from vegetables. So I do agree with that.
That was insane. That felt fucking disrespectful, what I just did. Yeah, it's the savory that I don't know. And if we're talking about vegan options purely, like just like even with like cheese and stuff, it's like, oh my god, I can't give up cheese either. Like I just don't even know how you find joy in life if you're a vegan. Like I really can't imagine it. That's not even like living. It's just like subsisting. At a certain point.
I mean, yeah, I guess like life is chasing your pleasures, what makes you happy, gives you the good chemicals in your brain, and food does that the most out of anything.
Yeah. I love my meats, but I love veggie options too. I think veggie options are fine. It's just like they're good in addition to something else. It's like you would never have the I'll put it this way. If I had like
Active camo available.
if I had a meal, right, and somebody presented me with steak, mashed potatoes, and broccoli,
Ooh,
you know?
Yeah.
Just a really standard, like, you know, it's good. It's reliable.
I'd order that at Applebee's. Like that
Right.
sounds great.
Yeah, steak. Now, imagine you could only get one of those things. Are you really going to get, like, a plate of mashed potatoes or, like, a plate of broccoli? Or are you going to go with the steak? Let's say they're all the same price.
Argument too, 'cause I like mashed potatoes.
You like mashed potatoes more than steak?
Yeah.
That's wild.
Like if it has all the fixins, yeah. But yeah,
The
steak
fixins.
if it's just straight up potatoes.
It's got all the fixins.
It's got like if it has everything you're supposed to put on a loaded baked potato, whatever.
Right.
Your power weapon.
No, fair enough. I could never. Like I just sat here and ate just the steak. Like I didn't know fucking no nothing because didn't have the time to make anything else. But I wouldn't sit there and eat like a plate of mashed potatoes by themselves. It feels like such a hollow
I've done
meal.
it before and I'll do it again.
Grapple shot acquired.
Potatoes are beautiful. I don't know. I guess like the thing is like it's only mashed potatoes or a baked potato I'd do that for. Like if it was French fries, I would choose the steak.
Right. I mean, mashed potatoes are just pre-chewed fries anyway.
That was straight theft, Christopher.
What?
Active camo.
Killed him, grabbed his weapon off the ground, hook into his body. Like that was dirty. It was rude.
It feels mean sometimes. But
Eye chuckles with a double prime.
oh shit! I don't know what that means, but thanks. Thanks,
Hey.
thanks, I chuckles. I hope you're chuckling.
You probably did. That's why you got the prime.
Yeah. I have a guilty pleasure for fake vegetarian chicken. God help you.
What the fuck does it even taste like?
What the fuck? How did he not?
Is that like the plant chicken nuggets?
Oh, like Beyond?
Yeah.
Maybe. It must be, right? Yes. Grappling hook.
I guess it like depends on like whatever plant they're made out of. Like chickpea is the closest meat tasting vegetable I've ever had.
Really? That's interesting.
Eggplants are the close to that thing, right?
Or jackfruit. Jackfruit tastes like pulled pork.
I don't get the eggplant thing. I'm not big on eggplant.
I don't like them much, but I eat them.
I just feel like I'm just very aware of what they're trying to
Or is it
be.
durian? Can't remember.
Like, I know that it's trying to be meat.
For me, it's just chicken, man. I can't give up chicken.
I can't give up chicken either.
That's the only
I could give up duck, even though I love it more than everything, only because I have it so infrequently. But duck is. If you have never had duck, do it. Have duck.
Yeah. Yeah. even if you just get to eat the skin.
Dude, roasted orange duck is so good.
Oh yeah, it's God, I love
It's
duck.
so good, it's insane. It's like so good, it's like mind numbing.
It's a little like offensive how good it is.
It's like
Do you
when
guys get your almond chicken the like deep fried way or the sauce way?
I like deep fried on chicken. On a chicken.
That deep fry, you get the gravy, dip it in.
Like the duck tastes like duck tastes like the face anime girls make when they come.
What does that mean? What are you saying?
Or
Exactly-
orgasmic.
You know exactly what I mean. Just think about it a little bit and you'll get what I'm saying.
I can't. My focus is shifted. Uh-oh.
It's flying high in the sky. Good thing fall damage isn't real in this world.
He's wearing immune armor. That's why he doesn't take fall damage. Think about it.
I mean, I'm glad they didn't do fall damage.
It would make this game a lot less fun.
Yeah, it's a fun decision. It's just like, it makes sense, but like, does anybody really want to fucking worry about that?
Well, if we had fall damage, though, grappling would be a way less good weapon.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
you just immediately die every time you use it. All right, come on.
Nice.
Oh, oh no! Oh my god, I made it.
Boltzmann, baby. It's hard for him to play Halo 2 and practice for the challenge when he's chit-chatting with such interesting people.
Yeah, I can't focus. Like Lasso takes so much prep and focus that like I can't.
Active camo available.
You'll probably be practicing at like 3 a.m. later, huh?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
It's just that first level. Like, once I get through that first level, it's kind of a straight shot up until High Charity. And after High Charity, I don't know what the fuck I'm going to do because High Charity is impossible. Because there's so many different ways to exploit the level and, like, get past shit. But in that first level, it's just hallways. And you have to just deal with it. There's not even, like, vehicles that you can take advantage of. It's so fucking restrictive. Where are the bad people? Where'd they go?
Power weapons incoming.
Where's the bad person? I don't see the bad people.
They're shooting at you, I think.
Power weapons. In position for target acquisition.
That felt felt so dumb. That was such a dumb way to get the final kill.
Why you didn't? You're showing off at that point.
Honestly, I'm surprised the challenge wasn't already completed for 20k. Guys, it's nearly impossible.
You said you were worried about some kind of RNG.
Yeah, well, I can show you guys exactly what I'm talking about. Actually, there is a level. We could just start it up. Where is? Well, come on, let's stop Halo Infinite. Stop it. Quit it. Stop it. Yes. Exit game. Okay. Start the collection.
I had G Fuel for the first time yesterday, and I drank it, and I felt my eyeballs shake. And I was like, yeah, never again. Never again.
Why are you doing that?
There
Huh?
goes that sponsorship.
I drank it, and I was like, oh, this is horrible for you.
Oh yeah,
But
obviously.
The person was like, I'll transform into something different if I drink this.
I gotta get a fucking toothpick. Or not a toothpick, a floss thing.
G Fuel is what you drink so the zombies don't change you when they bite you.
Yeah. 100%. So specifically, right? So when you're going through the Halo 2 levels, Cairo Station and the Armory, these are the first 2 levels. Very, very linear, very, very like restrictive. And then you get into Outskirts, and this is where you can like parkour over shit. You can skip checkpoints. You can like skip entire sections of the level. Metropolis as well. It's a very open-ended game. The Arbiter is a little bit closed off again, but because you have Covenant weapons and you're dealing with Covenant enemies, it's a lot better than having like ballistics, because ballistics suck on Legendary because you have to pop shields. Oracle is like kind of the same. Delta Halo's really open. Regret's really open. Sacred Icon's really open. I think it's Gravemind. So I want you to look at this. We're gonna put it on Legendary. We're not going to do exactly the same skulls. I think there's one. What's jacked? Player can only enter ground vehicles by boarding. I don't think that's real. Mythic, I know is right. I don't think it matters all that much. All right, so we're just gonna start up, and I'm gonna show you guys what we're talking about when I'm talking about RNG, because it's really difficult to explain without without just showing you. Just came back. Are you trying to do Criticals Challenge? Yeah, we will be. I'm gonna aim for Friday. We will likely fail, but could be a fun excuse to stream on YouTube, because I haven't done that in a while. And all right, so first you got this fantastic fucking cutscene, and I feel like I have to let it play out entirely for you to kind of understand the context of this. But good luck, dude. I'll try to catch that. Yeah, we'll see. Where is Oh, I can't see Discord anymore. Is Sweeney still here?
I'm still around.
Oh. Usually I have a Discord overlay, but it doesn't work on the Master Chief Collection. Best cutscene in the franchise? It's a very good one. G Fuel is okay. Look, man.
That shit fucking turns you up.
It feels like it's not okay for you when you look at it. Why were you having G Fuel?
Because I was playing D&D and I was getting tired. And I mean, it was like, I have some G Fuel. And I was like, I never tried G Fuel. I want to try it. And it was green, like super green. And I was like, oh.
Like kryptonite green.
Like, it was like bright neon piss green.
Piss green?
And I was like, oh, this will kill me, but I'm going to try it.
Is your piss green?
Your piss isn't green?
No, your piss isn't red?
What?
What?
Just worse and worse revelations. Your piss isn't bright red? What do you mean? Wait a minute.
Your piss doesn't have bone marrow in it?
You don't piss a stream of kidney stones?
Yeah. Wait a second. Are you telling me that like when you pee, it doesn't burn?
You don't piss. You don't pass out after you piss every time. No way. You're lying.
I love that Will Sasso vine when he's like a colorblind guy peeing, and he's not aware that he's peeing blood. That is one of the funniest videos I think I've ever seen. Still, your piss doesn't smell like copper.
You don't piss and think of buildings.
What? What does that mean?
There's a metal.
That's so dumb.
So much metal in my urine.
That's crazy. When I think of the fact that like
Halo is a weapon.
Making
a big mistake.
Destroyed one of the sacred rings, demon. It shall not harm another. I love this. I love this script.
This is the best moment in Halo.
What a good fucking game, man. Like this story is so unnecessarily good for the medium that it exists in. Like for no reason.
This is a story of a shooting game.
Huh?
This is a story of a shooting game.
Yeah, it makes no sense. All right. So here's the context. We get beamed into this area.
We are, all of us, gravely concerned. The release of the parasite was unexpected, unfortunate, but
There is no need to panic.
in
For the,
truth, this is a time to
rejoice. A moment that all the Covenant should savor. For the sacred icon has been found.
With it, our path is clear.
Our entry into the divine beyond guaranteed
The great journey
is nigh. Nothing, not even the flood, can stop it. And here we are. All right. So here it is.
Boo.
You're about to see what I'm worried about. There you go.
Brute. Brute. Brute.
Brutes. The faster you can kill them.
Like they start fighting you the like the moment like that. Okay, so we got away.
The faster you can kill those brutes, the better.
But that's what I'm talking about, where it's like you're in combat before you even realize, and you have a needler, and that's it. And they're invisible. So already we died twice just from the beginning cutscene.
Does Lasso bring you back to the beginning of the game?
Well, the challenge is no deaths at all.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Brutes.
I'm pretty confident that I can make it to here, but
Brutes. The faster you can kill those
it all depends on like. I thought invisibility didn't need to be active. I mean, I put it on Lasso, the Lasso playlist, and default invisibility was on by default. So I don't know. I don't know exactly what the rules are, but you have the worst weapons in the game. You're fighting invisible brutes. Yeah, that's kind of the thing. Look at how quickly you just get melted.
The faster you can kill those brutes.
Oh, interesting. They're not invisible in Classic. So I guess you use Classic graphics.
Brutes. The faster you can kill those brutes, the better.
Oh my god. Yeah, it is a lot. You do see a lot more in Classic. It's just, I don't know. This part is just, it feels like it's not possible. But whoever completes the challenge is a legend, though. I don't think anybody's gonna, like, this is so impossible. I'm just curious to see how far I can go.
Brutes. The faster you can kill those brutes, the better.
God, the Needler sucks in Halo 2 so bad. It's such a shit weapon. But anyway, that's what we're dealing with at that point in the game. Which is just not the ideal place.
Cum zone.
Welcome to the cum zone.
Of cum.
Nah, man, the Needler in Halo 3 was fucking really good.
The Needler in 2 PvP was terrible, but in PvE it's not crazy. PvP, that shit is wild. You pick up 2 of them and someone blows up before they get a chance to move.
I guess there is a little bit of that.
You get shot and you're everywhere fast.
What do I want to jump on? Do I want to play something? What do I want to play that isn't Halo? Curious.
You should have heated debates about politics with your what you call it? Your chat.
Do a call-in?
Colin?
Do a call-in?
Yeah, hey, I'm Chris Reagan, and I want to tell you why your political beliefs are wrong and mine are right. You got a name?
Finish New Vegas, Chris? I have it on Xbox. So I can't stream it exactly. Oh, man, I'm so excited to move into my place.
And take videos.
Dude, I was saying... Andrew Tate's like the White Claw of people, where like he just is so unavoidable, and everybody just pretends like he's been around for a long time. Like I don't know where this guy came from to be suddenly everywhere. This Andrew Tate guy.
He's such an incel Chad hybrid.
Yeah, I don't know. Give me videos, guys. I guess because I don't really. We're winding down because I probably should play Stray. But I can't stream that, so. As I live and breathe. Everything I learned about Andrew Tate has been against my will. Wish people would stop bringing him up. No, same. Like, I just don't know these people.
I think he's very funny.
Oh, yeah, it's very amusing. Have you never seen White Claw before this year or something? No, I'm just saying, like, when White Claw happened, everybody just unanimously agreed that it was the thing to bring. You know, like, there was no transitionary period where, like, oh, somebody was like, hey, what's this? You know? It's just like everybody just had already, like, by the time I had discovered White Claw, which, by the way, like, I mean, I go out a lot and I drink a lot, you know, relative. So, like, it's not like I wouldn't have seen it. But by the time I had it for the first time, everybody was like, yeah, it's White Claw.
2019, bro.
Yeah. And it's just like, what the fuck?
That shit became popular fast.
All right, what is this? What are you spamming?
And me not being okay with myself, I copy people. Because I don't want to be alone. I want to be a part of the crowd. So
What
I
is
copy.
this? I'm not going to watch this. A disabled guy doing karate?
Send me a link, but don't watch it.
I can't watch this. No, I can't do this one. Don't send me 22-minute videos, guys. Peter Griffin encounter? What is this?
If discrimination against men doesn't exist, keep grabbing me by my penis and throwing me to the sky.
What the fuck? If discrimination against men doesn't exist, why do people keep grabbing me by my penis and pulling me into the sky?
I don't even know what to make out of that.
Cheaper.
That was uncomfortable. Thoroughly. What the fuck is this? Oh, hold on. I want to...
It's a simple matter of examining the evidence. Any SJW claiming that reverse sexism.
Can you put your headphones on?
Time.
Because it's coming through the thing.
The left wants your cum.
Do they?
They do.
That's crazy. It's very scary.
这个不是一般的腿呢。
The left wants to steal all your cum. Are you gonna let the left take your cum?
I don't know what you guys. I don't know what you guys.
You gotta watch them. You're not showing the stream what you're watching.
I did. You joined in late. God Christ. Yeah, it seems like it is exactly like Banjo-Kazooie. All right, let's look for. I'm looking for YouTube videos specifically. I'm probably not gonna click on. What the fuck?
Banjo-Kazooie.
Run free.
Who decided that videos needed less control?
I'll get off this tangent.
Into the cum zone.
What is this?
Into the cum zone.
Into the cum zone.
I'll get off this tangent in just a minute, but I decided real quick, like, how many banks are there in LA? And the first thing I got linked to was bank robberies, because of course I did. And this site is telling me that between 85 and 95, there were 3,500 banks in the region that were robbed 17,106 times. Meaning that if you worked at a bank in LA for those 10 years, statistically you were robbed at gunpoint 5 times. At what point do you just, like, not use money anymore? Bro, one day in 1992, there were 28 bank robberies in one day. Oh my word. So, suffice to say, it was bad.
Okay. I don't know. What is this? That's fucked. Give us a theme? I don't know, like whatever. Why, bro, talking like they're roommates?
Great, now none of us can watch TV. That's my TV! No crap.
Oh, it's edited. What a waste. I hate when people like try to add their own comedy into something that was just already funny and it just ends up ruining the entire feel of it. I love that video of the two people like arguing about like what's being stolen and then they just add a fucking laugh track. It's like, no, we just leave shit alone. Why does everybody have this weird impulse to be George Lucas and just go into something and like, oh no, it wasn't right. The thing that everybody liked about it, that video that everybody really liked as it was untouched, nah, we have to add more to it. I think it needs a little CGI watermark, maybe a little bit of a laugh track, maybe some wacky sound effects. God Christ. It's like America's Funniest Home Videos when they would just like add stupid voices over clips that were already funny. Just bizarre. That makes me so upset. Restraint is important. You know? I don't know why my CPU is chugging so hard right now.
Oh, shoot him for 9 damage. Nice.
Oh, in that pouch.
On the back. What?
Oh.
Wow. That sucks. That fucking sucks. Zaxinator. Okay. What the fuck did you send?
Time to feed my babies. I think they're scared of me. They've never seen this man.
Yo, that's crazy.
I thought that was not my intentions, but that was funny as hell. The fuck was that? What do you think, I'm a cat?
That is fucking nuts. That is like too many cats to have also. Like, I mean, just from like a health perspective. Why he got so many? That's nuts, man. What's this?
Cute.
Actually, I'm gonna use my this thing.
Boy sent me a link to a song and he told me, hey, this reminds me of you, and I'm gonna, nobody ever does this for me, so I'm just really excited to see what it is. Okay, here we go.
Oh, I don't get it. Let's move on.
Damn it. Oh shit.
What's this Oni plays?
Damn it. Oh shit.
Fuck me.
Damn it. Oh shit.
His scream is so fucking gross.
I don't have Uno, so go fuck off. Everyone has Uno, dipshit. It came free with your fucking Xbox. I didn't get it. I have the oldest Xbox known to man. No, you don't. I bought mine on day one. Well, mine didn't have it. You have Uno, you fucking dick. I don't have it. You have Uno. I don't fucking have Uno, motherfucker. Go to it in the arcade. I don't have to. You'll be able to download it for free. You dumb motherfucker. It's a fucking cart game. They don't even charge people for it. You don't know a goddamn thing. It's fucking Uno. It's free.
To the person to fulfill the parasocial relationship I made up entirely in my head.
Hey, thank you, Set7331. I appreciate the support. Don't worry, it's all parasocial. What's cool about the internet, and even just the way that society has evolved, is that every relationship is a parasocial one, because we all exist in our own heads, and it's very frightening. But thank you. I have to pop the chat out. How do I do that? Pop out chat. There we go. There we go. There we go. Okay. Now we're golden. You can just lie. What is this?
Well, Gromit, it seems I've come out of the telly.
Oh my god. That's fucked. That's just disconcerting. I didn't like that. I didn't like that at all. Okay, Voland, what is this?
What's behind the moon, nigga? You're not an answer, nigga. Fake Crips. Nah, that's what fake Crips go by, nigga. Nah, that's what fake Crips go by,
Answer, nigga.
Nigga, that is what fake Crips go by.
Nigga.
Real Crips don't go by that, nigga.
Answer 10, nigga. You Crip.
Oh my god. I can't. It's just like it becomes like too boring. It's like Fred humor after a while. Oh no, I clicked the wrong thing.
Still look forward to working with you, John. I mean that. You want a coffee? I don't know. Fucking Christ.
This is a really good edit. Oh my god.
It's embarrassing.
So fucking ridiculous. I love those edits though. Like the one of what's his fucking face? It's like Tuco from Breaking Bad and he's like smashing the Infinity Stone.
Is in honor of George Floyd, and I really hope we can see more unity and more peace when already things are so difficult. So, shout out to his family.
Oh my god. I still don't fully know who David Guetta is or what he does. Is this a DJ, right?
I'm Black Dynamite. I sell drugs to the community.
That was it? Oh, Marvel vs. Capcom.
Yo, you want to learn how to do a fucking Infinite?
No, I'm not watching. No, not 3 minutes. Not 3 minutes. Can't do it. Can't do it. My attention span is very low.
Hey, Ryden.
Oh, dear God.
Let me get a lottery ticket.
You're not gonna scratch it here, are you?
You know what they say, Ryden? A 3 cherry card today makes the $413 billion in home equity loans go away.
How do you let your debt get this bad?
Nanomachines and tax evasion. Something you wouldn't understand, Ryden.
Sir, this is a fucking Texaco.
My results. 3 X's.
You win a SpongeBob popsicle.
Capitalism at its finest.
God. Oh my god. Oh my god. Was that light mode YouTube? Yeah. It helps me not spend a lot of time on it on my computer.
Fathers and our fathers before maybe went to an office and sat down and worked in their office. We're not like that anymore. Times are changing, and we're changing.
We moved from producing things to producing information, sharing information, transmitting information. So we don't have to be any place to do this. We have to bring the material to us now.
I like being in the outdoors. That's why my work is out here.
My office is that ladder.
That's this kind of information. Go where I go, and to have it.
No. What is this?
Dźwig.
such a
news.
Oh, all right. Yeah, we'll raid. We'll do like a little Peach raid. So let's go on over to our friend Peach. Yeah, I need to lie down. I also need to like do like a little Peach raid. I also need to finish Stray, so I'm probably gonna play a little bit of Stray. But creator dashboard, raid channel legends. All right. All right, guys. Let's just jump into this little raid, and I'll catch you. I don't know when I'm gonna stream next. To be honest, I have some video work to finish before I do another stream, but it'll definitely be before Friday. So I'll catch you on the flip flop. Okay. Bye bye.